Taiwan excellence empowers innovation in everyone's life. We keep moving forward to a wonderful tomorrow, dreaming amazing dreams and living fuller lives. Everywhere, every moment, every day. Taiwan excellence, everyday excellence.
台湾精品是给全世界的创新生活提案，人们因此前进美好未来，勇于实现梦想。每一刻，每一天，活出精彩。台湾精品，创新台湾，精彩世界。
Always remember that together we are stronger, and that the future is brighter. Let's all make a difference and experience everyday excellence.
Every day there's a new beginning. Hold your head up high. Every day gives a new challenge. Gotta spread your wings and fly. Every day gives a new tomorrow to give a fresh new chance. Every day, hand in hand with Taiwan excellence.
With the start of a new waking day, the challenges that we may encounter, let it empower, find you, guide you all the way. Hand in hand we can prosper, to innovate together, so we can reach the peak. We can compete and be stronger. Find the strength and believe, learn to acknowledge the need. Whatever battles we face together, all can be achieved. Show the beauty in all the things you do, and know that this will see you through. Keep the fire burning and light up the excellence in you, surviving through it all. We rise up when we fall, feet on the ground, eyes to the sky. Remember to stand tall, because they can't deny the evidence of excellence and relevance. We share it like one. Big ups to Taiwan.
Every day there's a new beginning. Hold your head up high. Every day gives a new challenge. Gotta spread your wings and fly. Every day gives a new tomorrow to give a fresh new chance. Every day, hand in hand with Taiwan excellence. Every day gives a new beginning. Hold your head up high.
Hold your head up high.
Every day gives a new challenge. Gotta spread your wings and fly.
Spread your wings and fly.
Every day gives a new tomorrow to give a fresh new chance. Every day, hand in hand with Taiwan excellence.
Now you can see the evidence of excellence and relevance. We share it like one. Big ups to Taiwan.
Every day, excellence through Taiwan excellence.
A complete semiconductor supply chain, a mature hardware industry worth over $100 million a year, and rapid growth in software innovation. Taiwan's ICT supports many of the world's industries, bringing its Internet of Things sector to a value of over $40 billion.
Taiwan is poised to strengthen its pivotal role in the global supply chain of ICT products.
Taiwan, the pursuit of excellence, creating cutting-edge fitness equipment for decades. Taiwan supports the world's growing fitness evolution, from high-quality smart exercise equipment to virtual and immersive technology. Taiwan exports more than $1 billion worth of fitness equipment each year, a significant 10% market share of all global exports.
Taiwan is at the forefront of the world's health and fitness pursuits.
Taiwan, the pursuit of excellence. A global pandemic calls on Taiwan's innovative healthcare solutions more than ever before. Taiwan is equipping the world in its fight against COVID-19 with a complete ecosystem and supply chain of cutting-edge medical technology, from strategic medical supplies and protection to diagnostics and treatments.
Taiwan meets the world's medical needs with efficiency, quality and innovation.
Taiwan, the pursuit of excellence. Taiwan's smart machinery solutions combine a handcrafted passion for progress with a pursuit of precision. Taiwan employs advanced techniques to make precision components and machine tools while innovating, integrating, and automating within the industrial Internet of Things, supported by cobots in this complete and future-ready infrastructure.
We are pushing the boundaries of smart machinery.
Taiwan, the pursuit of excellence.
うるさいな、ほっといてよ。
あらゆる瞬間が家族を深めていく。あらゆる人に、あらゆる場所に。台湾エクセレンス。
I believe this pandemic has brought everyone across the world new perspectives and ways of thinking.
Leveraging the profession to contribute to society is naturally an honor for us.
As global citizens, we are fighting this virus together.
To be able to do my part as a citizen, I feel truly honored. The rest is giving it all to do things properly.
In both R&D and manufacturing, Taiwan competes with world-class quality.
Whether it's the ability to integrate or producing top-quality results, we are on par with the world's best.
Seeing frontline medical professionals fighting the pandemic, we really wanted to show our support. Taiwan has always been there at international sporting events. Waterproofing and breathability are functions needed for outdoor activities, like hiking and mountain climbing. So we drew on our expertise, I called upon my colleagues, I said, let's do this together. We can do it as well as anyone.
We developed protective clothing 17 years ago to fight SARS, so we know the products and needs well. In late February, at the beginning of the outbreak, the Ministry of Economic Affairs approached 6 companies to produce isolation gowns. The P3 grade protective clothing mainly stops blood and viruses from seeping through to ensure the safety of medical professionals. Usually, when we make protective clothing, we sew the pieces of fabric together, and for the seams, we must seal them using waterproof tape. We patented this procedure 17 years ago. It is a unique feature to our manufacturing.
With our experience making dry thermal units, joining the national team did not seem as difficult as imagined. We already had the machinery, equipment, and technology. But the task turned out to be quite a challenge. These manual tools were extremely helpful to improve both production efficiency and quality. We rose to the challenge and are tremendously proud and honored.
Taiwan has an advantage over other countries because from raw materials to fabric to the final products, we are able to achieve vertical integration. This is not only about creativity, it's about innovation. True innovation is to develop products that the market seeks.
In the national team, all 6 companies are experts in their fields, each with their own product specialties. We are comrades and competitors at the same time. Through the process, we shared with each other our hurdles to innovation, our experience in material application, and how to meet the needs of medical professionals. So we improved on the safety and comfort of our products. The truth is, all these could not have been achieved if our factories worked on our own.
When we were recruited by the government to join the national team, we did not hesitate to answer the call. When an enterprise wants to achieve sustainability, it's not enough to just produce quality products to make a profit. We must also fulfill our social responsibility, regardless of whether it's to society or the world at large. We should do our part to contribute what we can.
自己的口罩要自己来做。
要人给人，要钱给钱，这是政策指示。
台湾现在有难了，我们必须要跳出来，
一起完成应该要完成的任务。无论说国家发生什么事，都要挺身而出。
我觉得说这是很光荣的事情。
我实在做得你看足欢喜的，
我这个叫别办，我这个叫出段，大家加油。
新北市长当然他就负责招兵买马，都开始通知会员台湾农者带走他们就近，看到前面的障碍如何去排除，那个是作战的一个计划。
如果说我们可以把口罩赶快做出来，我很愿意用我的专长来做这件事情。
为了国人的健康，我们是使命必达。
台湾的口罩在世界上可以变成非常有特色的产业。
我们成功在奥斯陆完成60条线，这不可思议啊！这一点是我们这个团队最骄傲的。
台湾有这样的一个团队，我们要以台湾为荣，我们要以台湾为傲。
Machine tools are the mother of all manufacturing, including the aerospace and high-tech industries, like a giant wheel turning the world. Taiwan's flexible production capability makes us a key partner of the world's industrial powers. We take pride in our sustainable industries. The COVID-19 pandemic caused a global shortage of surgical masks. At this critical moment, machine tool manufacturers in Taiwan quickly took responsibility to set up production lines for surgical masks to alleviate the national crisis. Before the pandemic, Taiwan imported 80% of its face masks. Now producing up to 19 million pieces per day, Taiwan is the world's second largest producer of face masks, putting it under the global spotlight. Over 2,500 people work the production lines. The national team demonstrates the unity, mobility, and efficiency of Taiwan's machine tool industry. A manufacturing hub sits deep in the heart of Taichung. The 60 production lines were quickly set up in 25 days to assist the government. The national team assembles over 30 companies. We support the nation with honor and pride. We take this opportunity to expand further into the markets of the US, EU, and ASEAN nations, and develop more talents, as well as our capacities in smart manufacturing. Advanced technology with laser-focused dedication for perfection. Machine tools made in Taiwan, featuring Taiwan excellence. Moving towards smart manufacturing. As an organizer of Taiwan Excellence, we are proud to promote the machine tool industry and Taiwan face mask team. And we are happy to share this Mission Impossible story with the world. In normal times, we take care of the industry.
各位企业先进午安，欢迎收看台湾精品内容行销全方位速成班。本课程因应新冠疫情政府防疫政策，全程采线上直播方式进行。活动中如有任何问题，欢迎随时扫描直播画面上的 Slido QR code 留言提问。 留言时请务必留下您的公司姓名和电子邮件，我们将于活动结束后以 email 或电话的方式回复您的问题。活动后也请各位企业先进扫描直播画面上的 QR code 填写电子问卷，提供我们您宝贵的意见。会后我们将会依据您回复的问卷资料，提供您今日的讲师简报和录影档。非常欢迎线上的朋友们参与由经济部国际贸易局主办，中华民国对外贸易发展协会执行的台湾精品内容行销全方位速成班系列课程的第2场活动。活动一开始，首先我们来介绍今天与我们一同线上参与的讲者。第一位是育凯行销传播有限公司的张美凤创办人兼业务总监。第二位是 Digibiz 数位行销顾问的 Mr. Glenn Reeves 行销总监。如何让海外客户自己来敲门，这是许多企业在开发外销市场时最大的需求和瓶颈，而最关键的解方就是国际化的内容行销。接下来我们请育凯行销传播有限公司张美凤业务总监来为我们分享 What types of contents suitable to build brands in Europe and North America？ 欢迎张总监。
各位线上来宾大家好，我是育凯行销传播有限公司的妹。今天非常感谢台湾 Excellence 在此提供此机会，跟各位分享本公司这20年来如何帮台湾的厂商将他们公司的品牌及产品行销到欧美市场。首先要介绍是我们公司育凯行销传播有限公司成立于2001年，最主要是提供全球媒体广告的采买、全球的公关。那公关范围公关服务范围有包含媒体公关、记者会、采购会、论坛、研讨会等等。那 Rainmaker 所提供的是 Video Production 跟 Video 的 Marketing。接着要介绍是 EasyPR 最主要是让海内外厂商可以注册在此，将他们公司中文的新闻稿分享给台湾有兴趣的记者朋友们，可以去进行做报道。EasyPR 目前呢，大概有1500多家的厂商注册在此，固定的发布他们公司的服务或者是新品的新闻稿。接着要介绍的是我们公司的创办人，瑞士籍的创办人 Jean-Pierre Calamera， 那右边是我本人。接着要进入正题讨论哪些 content 适合 digital content marketing 之前，我们先来介绍什么是 branding。branding 就是公司的基础，公司的 foundation。那公司的 foundation 就是公司的网站。我们常常在说人要衣装，佛要金装，因此公司网站的设计的重要性，就是代表整个公司对外target audience 对公司的形象。首先要来介绍的是，首先要跟各位介绍提醒的4大点之一的第一点，就是公司网站的设计跟公司的呈现。一般消费性的网站 target audience 都容易去了解卖的产品或者是服务。那我今天拿出来做例子是 General Silicon 一家做矽胶公司的网站。那 General Silicon 是做一般市面上常用的矽胶，那网络上这个是 Composite 的矽胶有跟 General Silicon 它本身在做的矽胶是不一样的矽胶，那因此 General Silicon 通用系统就创立了另外一个品牌，来区别于传统的矽胶跟这些特殊矽胶用在不同产业的矽胶的品牌。那各位可以看到，就是这个绿色的树叶跟这个水珠，这个就是 Composite 它的主视觉。那 Composite 左上角这个 Composite 是 这个矽胶品牌的 logo 也是它的注册商标，也是这个新的产品的品牌，是通用系统去设计出来，去区别原来不同的矽胶。那这一个通用系统它要强调的不同，跟一般产业的网页不同的是，它不仅仅是把 about 公司的背景，product 公司的产品，再来就是要强调是它的 applications， 这一个研发出来的产品可以应用在哪些应用面，然后 tag 是它用什么样的技术，那有什么样的pattern， 针对这些产品它把它 list 出来。接着是 sustainability 是通用系统它要去区别，他们公司不是只有单纯的在强调 CSR， 就是 corporate social responsibility， 他们也在因为这个技术，这个特殊矽胶，从它的主视觉就已经在跟各位分享，这个主视觉最主要就是eco-friendly 的概念。那 eco-friendly 的概念就是要跟大家说，就是要提倡的，就是2015年联合国要提倡的 sustainability， 对我们整个地球环境要有负起责任，不要再制造出来的产品是会去危害我们整个全球环境的影响。那接着是 media 最主要它是要提供所有公司的新产品、新的技术，或公司有任何的活动给记者朋友们，或者是 target audience 去知道他们公司的近况。那 FAQ 呢是针对 Campus 有的产品，各位有什么想要了解的可以去询问的。那 contact 就是公司的联络。接着呢，他们公司这个主页面里面有 application 就是最主要是跟大家倡导他们公司这些研发出来的产品可以应用在 textile transportation 或 consumer product 或者是 medical 的应用面。你会发现 Composite 它不是把公司的产品放在最主要的页面，因为若是呢把公司放在主要的页面里面，大家就会知道为什么 Composite 不是放产品而是放 applications。 下面要介绍的呢就是 informative content， 是 Composite 呢应该说通用系统如何用情境式的网页设计，将他们公司的 applications 产品的 applications 充分的表达出来。一般你看各位从画面左边这边是General Silicon 他要解释的，他们研发用不同技术研发出来的产品。你看各位看到这样子薄薄一个透明的或者是有颜色的薄膜，各位可以看得出来产品的品名、产品的特性或产品的 spec， 但是光是只是看到左边这样子的产品，各位不会去了解它的这一些薄膜是应用在哪一边，应用在哪些产业里面。因此通用系统呢，将情境试验网页的设计的模式的概念让各位去了解，就是右手边这个网页，让各位去了解这些产品可以应用在哪些产业。那通用系统所研发出来这些矽胶呢的特性呢，可以防水啊，可以防水耐清洗啊，抗溶剂、抗化学溶剂，以及抗燃度低。所以说这些产品可以应用在科技业的 touch sensor 上面，或者是游艇啊、高级房车啊它的座椅上面。 那利用在消费性产品里面，你可以用来做这个产品可以用成皮革，树皮革。那这些树皮革我们可以应用在皮夹、皮包或者是皮鞋上面。那我们刚讲了，它可以抗燃度比较低，那就可以用在消防队里面的消防衣啊，或消防手套。那也可以利用在医药业的里面的病床，因为它可以比较容易清洗，然后透气比较好透气。所以说单单只是把产品跟产品特性跟 spec 呢放在网页上，而没有把产品的应用面充分的表现出来的话，一般 target audience 或是不知道你们公司产品的应用面的 target audience 不会知道贵公司在卖的产品是什么。因此 informative content 利用呢情境式网页设计去把产品的应用面表达出来是非常重要的。接着要介绍的呢是 SEO 关键字的优化。一般厂商呢会把关键字跟它的图片，把公司的文字呢跟图片呢，例如右手边这一个图片一样，把它存成同一个档案。所以当你你要去 highlight 你的 mouse 的 cursor 要去 highlight 那个文字的时候呢，你无法去 highlight。这样子就是表示，当 target audience 要搜寻贵公司相关的产品或服务的时候呢，其实他就无法去搜寻到贵公司的服务或者是产品，这样子就没有达到 SEO 的效果。那左边这一个呢，是他把图片呢跟文字档区分，所以当 target audience 对要搜寻贵公司相关的关键字啊，或者是服务的时候呢，它就能够摄取到。那再接下来呢，要解释的是 SEO Search Engine Optimize 跟 Search Engine Marketing 的不同。一般呢，市面上各位常用的就是透过广告呢去提升公司网站的排名。比如说左边第一个网页跟右手边最右手边这个网页，这是我利用 Google 在它的 Search Bar 里面 key in 影音制作公司 come up 出来的第一个 Google 的网页。它最上面跟最下面呢，各位可以看到左手边都有一个 AD， 我 highlight 黄色的，这就是跟各位讲，这是透过付费的方式呢，去提升公司在 Google 第一页的排名。那中间这里呢，各位可以看到这4家公司呢，他们是利用keyword 把 keyword 写进他们公司 digital format 的网站的呈现的方式，去让 target audience 要 Google 到贵公司的服务的时候，可以 Google 到的服务。因此呢，中间这几家公司，他们不是付费去让公司的曝光呈现出来，不像左手边这2家，这7家公司是透过广告去让公司的排名往上提升。因此有效的 SEO 将公司的服务或公司的产品呢写进公司各大的digital 的呈现的管道里面呢，让 target audience 对你们公司产品啊或者是服务有兴趣的时候呢，可以去search得到。因此 SEO 是我们常常在跟客户呢promote 的一个观念，就是它是最便宜的行销模式，尽量在公司各个的曝光管道里面呢，将公司的 关键字啊，或者公司的产品或服务的关键字啊写进来，那这样子你们公司就无形中可以省掉很多经费在做广告，那同时也可以去增加公司的形象。因为一般懂 marketing 的人就知道说，中间这4家公司是懂得利用 SEO 让公司的形象让公司的产品啊服务啊能够透过搜寻而去找到贵公司，那就表示这几家公司是懂得 SEO 的。再来要介绍是手机的优化 Mobile Friendly。随着资讯的透明啊，手机使用率越来越普遍。那在市面上，不管是海内外呢，我们不管去餐厅啊，或者是等公车啊、等火车啊，或者是医院啊，都有提供免费的 WiFi 的使用。因此，一般很多消费者都会直接利用在等餐啊，或者是等看诊啊、等公车啊等等的时候，去看一些资讯啊，查一些资料啊，或者是看一下 email。那当 target audience 在 search 对贵公司相关的资料的时候，各位可以看到左手边这一个图片呢，跟文字档是没办法对起来的。那这样子，当 target audience 想要知道你们公司的产品跟服务的时候，他会需要花很多时间去将这样子的产品跟文字呢对起来。无形中呢，因为他花一点时间去了解，无形之间这些 target audience 会对公司的形象可能多多少少会有一点打了折扣。那它跟右手边这边的不同是在于，各位可以看得到右手边这个画面 Composite 它的 logo 啊 branding 啊注册商标啊，还有这个 news 的抬头啊 a problem solver to the upcoming unknown challenges， 这就是 case study 的一种。然后还有哪一些 social media 你可以找到他们公司啊，甚至你还可以看到多少人来看这一篇报道啊，这样子就无形中 target audience 对整个一个手机里面就已经可以知道这一个 Compose 要传达的是什么产品，甚至他已经让你知道说已经有1250个人看到这个产品。如果是 Compose 呢，他们公司的后台能够去追踪这1250个 visitor 他的 IP 的话，这对 Compose 来说，他们可以再去 create 不同的 content， 去 remarketing 这1250个 visitor。相对来说，这样子对 Compose 去 create 他们公司整体形象，以及去追踪这120个 visitor。无形中这125个 visitor 会对他们公司的品牌跟产品会有更加深的印象。再来，若是里面这1250个是他们公司的客户的话，那这些客户呢，对 Compose 的粘着度会更高，无形之中对 Compose 的信任感就会更加深。那这样子，下次Compose 在做任何 retargeting 跟 remarketing 的时候呢， target audience 可能会想要买他们家的产品，或者甚至现有的客户就直接会下单了。所以说，刚刚前面所提到的整个公司网站的设计啊，跟 layout， 让target audience 可以马上的去找到贵公司的资料，然后贵公司的产品是哪一些，然后这些产品的应用面，还有能够知道说贵公司的background， 贵公司的贵公司 upcoming 有哪一些活动，或已经办理的有哪一些活动，可以清楚的知道 了解贵公司的动向，无形之中这些 target audience 就会对 Composio 的整个公司形象呢更加深，然后对他们信任感呢无形中就会建立起来。那再来，刚刚前面有介绍要 informative 的 content，informative 的 content 呢就是利用呢情境式的网页设计，将公司每个产品的应用面呢利用情境式设计那个去呈现出来，然后公司要记住文字档跟图片档不能存成同一个档案，这样子 target audience 就不能去搜寻到贵公司的产品跟服务。那么 SEO 跟 SEM 是不一样， SEM 是透过广告让公司的排名，公司网站的排名提升，那 SEO 是透过关键字写进公司各个网页或者各个 digital format 的管道里面的 keyword， 让 target audience 可以去搜寻得到，这个是最低成本的 marketing strategy。 再来要介绍的是 mobile friendly 就是公司的要记住要 up to date 的，因为目前很多消费者大概都是使用手机呢来查询公司的资料，因此呢，公司的网站的设计呢，可以让消费者、潜在客户一目了然的去了解公司的网站、公司的资讯，透过 mobile。以上我们刚刚介绍的是 branding， 那 branding 的基础呢，就是我们公司的网站的设计。那公司的网站设计就是公司的基础，公司的形象。那紧接着呢，我们要去介绍的是所有哪一些 content 呢，适合在 digital content marketing 里面使用。接着要介绍是 Digital Content Marketing 里面常见的11种 element。第一个是 Press Release， 再来是 Case Study、White Paper、Contributing Article、Blog Article、Scenario Writing、Video Production、Social Media Post、Landing Page、Graphic Design 以及 Presentation 的 Content。第一个我们要介绍的是新闻稿。新闻稿呢，跟一般文章的不同在于说，一般的文章我们可以去写的，就像叙述文一样，你可以放很多形容词去叙述你要传达的一个理念。那新闻稿呢，因为是给编辑朋友们看，编辑啊、记者朋友们看。他们一天呢要收到很多 email， 包括你们公司的新闻稿，所以他没有时间去看这么多的叙述内文。因此，新闻稿的撰写最主要是透过动词跟副词去强调你们公司要传达的新产品啊、人事的异动啊，或者是举办的任何活动或参展等等。因此呢，新闻稿你要简单的扼要的去陈述你是谁、举办的时间地点、活动、产品这些最主要的资料陈述出来。然后每一个新闻稿呢，若是媒体看到了喜欢帮你们做报道的话，比如说消费性的媒体，像 CNET， 一个月有大概有9000万左右的 visitor 到 CNET 来看他的新闻报道。那你只要有 CNET 帮你报道你这一篇的新闻稿，那你一天呢大概可以预计就有200多万人看到你们公司这个报道。因此呢，新闻稿被媒体呢报道出来，是你们公司能够在短时间内增加曝光，大量的曝光，而增加你们公司品牌的提升度的最快的方式。 接下来要介绍，接下来要跟各位介绍的是新闻稿的要素。接下来要跟各位介绍的是新闻稿的要素。第一个呢是主题，电动巴士的采购会在哪里举办呢？在台北举办。这篇新闻稿是6月15号发布的，但是这个采购会呢，预计呢是7月8号要举办。那举办的方式呢是线上的方式。主要的产品有哪一些呢？第一个就是电动巴士，还有就是 ADS， 再来就是 MAS， 接着是Charge Station。那哪里注册呢？还有注册的资料，谁举办呢？这是外贸协会举办。所以中间这里大家可以看到的就是注册的网址，那网址点选进去，下方就是注册的页面。这里注册的页面呢，有让大家看到是主视觉，然后活动的名称，然后活动的办法，然后再来大家就是看到 Let's Go 就是 Call to Action 的一种，或者是各位想要知道更多的资讯是在这一个，那里还有一个 URL， 大家可以看到更详细的活动办法。接着右手边这里，各位可以看到是主办单位的 logo、主视觉，还有4大产品线。这个是这一篇新闻稿，一篇活动新闻稿需要有的要点，才能去写出左边这一些的这一篇的新闻稿，也可以让记者一目了然知道你要传达的是什么资讯。接着要介绍的是，刚刚我们新闻稿写好了，但是你要让谁知道你有这样子的活动？一般呢，这样子的新闻稿呢，很多厂商直接是放在他们公司的网站，或者是透过 e-newsletter 的方式呢，传给潜在的客户，或者是他们认识的记者。若是贵公司呢， database 是很庞大，你可以透过 e-newsletter 的方式去传送，或者是直接放在贵公司的网站，当然是可以。若是刚刚前面所提的贵公司没有这么庞大的 database， 没有人看，你只是单纯放在公司网站上，也不会有人得知的话，那你要如何让这样子的一篇新闻稿传给 target audience 知道呢？这样子的模式呢有2种，一个是透过呢媒体报道，或者是我们接下来要介绍的是 social media 去做广告，或者是做 po 文。那这里呢，先跟各位介绍科技业常见的垂直市场的媒体，你跟贵公司可以去发布新闻稿的，比如说有 Police， 有 Police Magazine、Automotive News、Firehouse、CRN、Aviation Week 或 Power 这样子 B2B 垂直市场的媒体。很多情况之下，各位看到杂志或者是网络媒体的名字，就可以知道它是适合哪一些垂直市场的应用面的制作厂商，可以去将他们公司的新闻稿投放在这一些媒体上面。比如说 Police 杂志呢，它是给 Law Enforcement、Automotive 顾名思义就是给 Transportation 的， Firehouse 就是给消防的。那 CRN 是 Computer Reseller News， 其实它是给 Distributor 或 Reseller 看的。再来 Power 呢， Power 就是给电力核电啊 Wind Power 啊，或者是水力发电的这样子的 Power 制造公司看的。再来 Aviation， 顾名思义就是给航空业看的。这是 B2B 垂直市场。那右手边这边有 B2C 垂直市场，就是 消费性的产品的制造消费性厂商的产品呢的新闻稿，可以投放在 CNET 啊、Gizmodo 啊、TechCrunch、ZDNet 啊，这些都是以上这四个是消费性产品跨全世界的消费性的产品，大家可以去做投放的。那下面这4个媒体呢 ，Heise Online 呢是最主要是针对德国市场的 ，Huawei Upgrade 呢是意大利 ，IXBT 是苏俄的，再来呢 Tricia 3D 是针对西班牙语系的。所以我们打个比方，比如说 CNET 呢，我刚刚有提到 CNET 的读者群大概有9000万左右。若是贵公司呢，把贵公司消费型的产品投放到 CNET 的记者呢，记者觉得你们公司的产品很吸引，编辑看到贵公司的产品，他觉得很有吸引力呢，他去做报道了以后呢，一般呢新闻稿啊被报道出来啊，在媒体大概会有1-2天的注意力，消费者会对贵公司的产品会有1-2天的注意力。那这么说的话 ，CNET 里面的消费者的读者群呢，看到贵公司的新闻报道呢，大概会有200多个人看到这一篇报道，无形中就大概会有200多个人对你们公司会有点印象。就是公司从来没有在媒体曝光的话。那 Gizmodo 大概有2-3千万 ，TechCrunch 印象中大概5-6千万 ，ZDNet 也大概有3-4千万左右的受众。所以说这几家瑞士贵公司的产品是真的非常吸引人。那你们可以去写一篇非常专业的新闻稿去投稿，希望编辑可以帮你们做报道。OK， 由第三方来为你们背书，尤其是编辑媒体帮你们背书，这样子贵公司整体的形象在 target audience 心目中就无形中会提升，然后对 target audience 对贵公司的信任度无形中也会去增加很多。再来就是比如说 Heise 目前大概有4-5千万的读者，所以说贵公司呢，若是能够Heise可以帮贵公司做一篇报道，你们公司就可以想想，大概会有100多个人看到贵公司的报道。那 Huawei 也有1-2千万的读者 ，Tricia 3D 也大概1-2千万 ，IXBT 也大概有4-5千万的读者，可以大家去做一下参考。这个是针对新闻稿的投放 B2B 垂直市场跟 B2C 垂直市场，当你写出来的内容可以投稿的管道。接着呢，贵公司还可以投稿的广告呢，譬如就是社群媒体。那社群媒体呢，可以投放在贵公司设立的本身的管道，或者是贵公司可以透过广告的模式呢，透过这一些社群媒体，将这些社群媒体里面的 target audience 导入到贵公司的网站，无形中就会去建立贵公司网站的流量。那哪一些，比如说 B2B 垂直媒体垂直市场的产品呢，就适合在 LinkedIn 啊、Google 啊、Quora 啊，或者是 YouTube 去做呈现，或者是去做广告。那 B2C 的社群媒体，比如说有 Facebook 啊、YouTube 啊、TikTok 啊、Instagram、Twitter 啊，或者是 VK 给苏俄的 Facebook 的 user 看。因此这边是要跟各位强调的是，贵公司写出来的内容，你要透过什么样的管道去让你的 target audience 知道贵公司有这样子的新品或人事异动，或者是有什么样的促销活动或者是展览。那再次强调是 B2B 呢的垂直市场的媒体跟社群管道是有别于消费性产品的媒体跟它的社群媒体。 刚刚我们有介绍了什么是新闻稿，那新闻稿的内容大概需要的要素有哪一些？那新闻稿呢，要透过什么样的管道让target audience去知道你们公司有这样的产品啊，或者是活动的？那现在要给各位看的就是范例。第一个，左边这边是 MSI 去年他们公司针对 Enterprise 研发出来的笔记型电脑发布的全世界的记者会的新闻稿。那这边新闻稿发布了以后，各位可以看到新闻稿的 title、subtitle。那我们这篇新闻稿是9月3号发布，希望记者朋友们可以马上去做报道。那你看到中间这里呢，是汤沙卫报道出来，汤沙卫是当天9月3号就帮 MSI 报道。汤沙卫目前呢，每个月大概有5000万的读者，所以就想想看 ，MSI 呢，汤沙卫 pick up 这样子的 news 呢，当天就有100多万人看到MSI 这个新的笔电的新品发表会。你就想看，当天若是这一个 presentation 这个记者会线上记者会办得很成功，刚好有需要的 target audience 可能当下就会想要去买这个产品。 OK， 那再来你看 Gizmodo 也是在当天报道出这一篇产品，这篇 Gizmodo 我们刚刚有提到，它也大概有2-3千万的 visitor， 所以当天 MSI 这一场记者会呢，新品发表会兼记者会呢，就有超过200万以上的消费者看到这一篇报道，或者是去参加这一场记者会。MSI 本身就已经品牌建立就已经很 solid， 那透过这样一篇的报道呢，可能想要买产品的、想要买笔记型电脑的消费者呢，当天呢可能就已经下单买了这一个产品。若是 MSI 下面每一篇报道都有直接连接到他们的网络商店的话，这样子无形之中不仅仅是对 target audience 的，无形之中 MSI 不仅对 target audience 品牌形象的提升，现有客户对他们公司的信任度跟粘着度的增加，还能够增加他们公司的销售量当天。所以说一篇专业的新闻报道，若是已经有既有的品牌的话，一篇新闻报道被大型的媒体做曝光的时候，让媒体来为你们公司做背书，当天不仅仅可以让 target audience 对公司的信任度跟形象的提升以外，对贵公司现有的客户也会有粘着度，再来就是能够帮助贵公司的销售业绩成长。首先接着要介绍这篇新闻稿呢，就是前面所提到的外贸协会的车用新闻稿，车用采购会的新闻稿。右边这边被报道出来是UK 的一家车用物联网的媒体。假设说这一篇报道呢，大概有1000个人看到的话，当天有1000个人看到的话，若是我们说一般 banner 的广告大概就都会有 0.02 的点选率，那么就是说这一篇报道会有20个人报名进来去参加这一场采购会。若是说这一场采购会呢，有大概1-2个人针对这一场采购会有兴趣而去下单的话，无形中不仅仅对这些参加的厂商增加他们公司的业绩，也会让这一些 target audience 对外贸协会增加他们的信任，然后 target audience 也会对外贸协会啊跟这些厂商建立信任感。接着要介绍的是成功的案例。成功案例呢，最主要呢就是 贵公司研发出来的产品可以解决市面上一些困难，而去让厂商使用的以后呢，把它使用前跟使用后的一些benefit 呢写出来。那左边这边各位看得到的呢，就是左边这边要介绍就是 POS 机 ，POS 机就是 Post of Sales， 一般大家解释为收银机。那这个收银机公司呢，用了某一家厂商的 SSD， 那这家厂商的 SSD 呢，能够耐寒跟耐热，在欧美的户外呢使用的时候不容易宕机，而且它也可以反光。所以说，这一个 POS 机的厂商呢，就把他们公司用了这一个公司的 SSD 以后呢，实际用的画面呢写出来，让媒体去做报道。所以说这样子无形中是让媒体还有使用的协力厂商来为这家 SSD 公司背书。这样子的解决方案呢，对公司去建立形象是非常好的。所以说这样子的 case study 呢，贵公司也可以透过我们前面提到的媒体去做曝光，或者是社群媒体去做曝光。接着要介绍的是白皮书呢，白皮书呢是一种有深度的报道，针对某一个技术、某一个产业的技术做的深度报道。那白皮书目前最好利用在于媒体的广告或社群媒体的广告，去让潜在客户呢对贵公司的技术有兴趣，而去留下他们的资料，让贵公司呢的业务可以去 follow up， 进而一步去增加公司的销售。因此白皮书呢是贵公司最佳 generate leads 的一个 marketing material。 OK， 所以白皮书写出来，你可以一样透过媒体去曝光，或社群媒体去做曝光。接着要介绍的是专题报道。专题报道呢是贵公司呢针对贵公司的某个产业的技术去写出来的一篇报道。这篇报道呢是涵盖你们公司的技术，这个技术能够解决市面上哪一些使用上的困难，而去做出来的报道。那这样子的报道呢，这样子的专题呢，是你们公司去写出来，投稿给特定的媒体。那特定这些媒体的总编或者是记者看到贵公司这样子的技术报道很有兴趣，会让贵公司挂名，而去帮你们公司报道在他们的杂志上面，或者是网络媒体上面免费的曝光。这个跟一般呢广编稿的不同在于说，各位可以看到网页上这两篇报道，左边这个是首页，跟右边这个报道是同一篇。那右边这边是另外一个媒体，这里是两个媒体的 contributed article。很多消费者常常将广编稿跟专题报道混为一谈。专题报道呢，下面你们可以看到右手边这边报道呢，媒体有把这一篇报道是这一家 SSD 厂商谁写的报道，谁写的 article 报道出来。那中间这里画红线的呢，也就是把写这一篇报道的人，写这一篇 article 人是谁跟公司写出来。这里面这两个写出来的作者呢，不是这两家媒体的编辑，也不是里面的记者，而是 投稿的这2家公司的技术 RD 的头写 RD 的 head 写出来的2篇报道，让媒体看到，觉得这一家公司的技术非常吸引人，而去免费的帮他们报道出来。这里要跟各位解释的是，这样子的投稿跟广编稿不一样。广编稿你这2篇报道，若是在这2篇杂志的话，贵公司1篇报道可能要花个大概1万块美金左右去有这样子的报道每一篇。但是这一篇报道是这一家公司透过公关公司去写出来的报道，而去挂名这一家公司的 RD 的，而去挂名这家公司的 RD 的 head， 无形之中让这家公司的形象提升了。这是我们公司这20年来专题报道可以直接 generate sales 的最佳的案例。所以说这样子的专题报道，贵公司不仅可以把它写成 DM 去广泛的宣传以外，一般我们公司接触到的案例是，客户因为这是英文版的，因此其他科技业懂英文版的有在追踪这种垂直市场媒体的 SI 厂商或者是 VAR 厂商，看到这样子的报道，因为这样子的报道就是媒体为贵公司背书，通常都会直接下单，应该是说他们看到这样报道了以后，就会有兴趣来跟你们联络了以后，就有 commitment。那有 commitment 了以后呢，大家沟通往返时候，发现的确贵公司这个产品适合用在他们公司产品的时候，他就即可就直接下单跟贵公司买。因此 contributed article 是最 economic 的 marketing strategy 之一。所以贵公司呢，若是有特殊的技术，可以朝这一方面去做 approach， 写出这样子的文章。去上面我刚刚有跟各位介绍的，有 B2B 垂直市场的媒体去做投稿，或者是社群媒体去做广告，去把 target audience 导到贵公司的网站，让潜在的客户知道贵公司有这样子的产品，无形中去增加target audience 对公司的信任度，也有帮助对公司整体的形象有非常大的帮助。接着要跟各位介绍的是 scenario writing， 也就是我们常讲的情境式的撰写。情境式的撰写呢，也就是一般各位常见的 blog article。那这样子情境式的撰写呢，因为还没有应用到厂商，还没有其他配合协力厂商使用这个产品而能够写成成功的案例，因此我们可以借由情境式的撰写呢，而去透过刚刚前面有提到的媒体去做曝光，或者是社群媒体去做这样子的曝光。那这样子的曝光呢，有助于公司的搜寻，关键字的搜寻，或者是可以增加公司的网站的流量。因为这样子的 scenario writing 呢，你发布了以后呢，不管是放在贵公司的网站，或者是透过媒体的邀稿，或者是透过社群媒体的发布，无形中当 target audience 想要找出这样子雷同的产品的时候呢，他在 search keyword 的时候就会导到贵公司的网站，这样子无形之中就会增加贵公司的流量。这个例子呢，是一个360度的 chipset 使用于 surveillance 的应用面。那这个情境式的设计呢，是这家公司将这个 chipset 360度应用于餐厅里面。那这样子餐厅业者就可以看到餐厅四面八方的消费者的使用状况。 接着要介绍的呢是社群媒体。我们刚刚已经有介绍过了，公司所写出来的任何内容呢，都可以透过媒体去投稿而报道出来，或者是利用社群媒体去做投放或者是做广告。那投放呢，意思是说，贵公司的 follower 都是很多的话，当然就不需要再去做广告，去把流量导到贵公司的网站。那若是没有的话呢，那贵公司可以去透过广告去把 target audience 导到贵公司要发布的产品啊，或举办的活动等，让潜在客户知道贵公司的新品啊，或者是活动。那社群媒体呢，最主要就是利用文字最好是控制在150个字以内，然后透过文字啊，或者是视觉的设计啊，或者是文字跟短片的制作去呈现出来。那社群媒体里面的 follower 啊， follow 的 like 啊， follow 的 comment 啊， follow 的 share 啊，对贵公司来讲都是非常大的 database， 也是贵公司最大的资产。下面这个例子就是刚刚前面有提到外贸协会所办的采购会，我把这一个采购会呢放在我个人的 LinkedIn 的 profile 上面，利用呢大概100多个字写出来这个采购会的内容，然后各位可以去哪里知道这一个采购会的细项，然后再来就是 keywords hashtag， 再来就是这主要的4个产品的 image。各位再往下看，可以看到有 follow 的互动，有多少人 like， 然后数据有1478个人看到这一篇报道，这一篇的 post。LinkedIn 最大的优势呢，每一个后台呢，你都可以，不管是广告啊，或者是你个人的 po 文的后台，你都可以去看到这些 visitor 他的来自国家、职业、公司、资历，还有 background 等。所以你可以看到这1470几个 visitor 里面呢，最主要来自的厂商呢有研华、外贸、Supermicro、Cosel、Microsoft、华硕、Gogoro 等。那这一些厂商呢的职位呢看最多，这些 visitor 的职位看的最多的人呢就是 sales， 有179个人是 sales。那 executive director 呢有64个人，公司的 founder 呢有44个人， journalists 有32个人。大家就想想看，有32个记者看到这一篇报道，若是这些记者里面针对这个报道有兴趣点选进来，而去对这一个采购会去做报道，无形之中又帮外贸协会的这个采购会增加它的曝光量，这个都是不用付费的曝光。因为这个 po 文呢是我个人的 database， 所以说外贸协会不用为了这一个 po 文而去付任何费用，因为这一些 database， 各位看到这些 database 是我的 connection， 所以他们看到这篇报道有兴趣而进来去了解这篇报道的产品是什么。OK， 那这些 visitor 呢，最主要来自的国家有来自于的国家城市有台北啊、新北市啊、San Francisco、苏黎世啊、巴黎啊、慕尼黑等等。所以说 LinkedIn 呢是垂直市场，或者是你们公司是在卖高单价的产品。所谓高单价的产品，比如说是luxury products， 比如说手表啊、珠宝啊，或者是 haute couture 服饰啊，或者是车子啊，这一些等等都非常适合在 LinkedIn 里面做曝光，不是我上述所说的 B2B 垂直市场而已，而是高单价的产品也适合在 LinkedIn 里面做曝光，因为LinkedIn 里面的 follower 通常你可以去了解他们的 background 以外呢，LinkedIn 里面的注册的follower member 呢，通常都是专业人士，而且目前 LinkedIn 呢已经有超过7亿的 member 在里面，这是一个非常好的 platform， 让各位去 promote 公司的产品跟形象的。接着要介绍的是影片的制作。影片的制作呢，从 idea 的 brainstorming、formulating 到它的拍摄跟 post editing， 再进而一步去做 marketing， 这样子整套呢所呈现出来的影片呢，是业务或者是行销人员，你去 open 一个 conversation 最好的开场白，由 video 去介绍，让你们公司的要传达的产品啊或者 solution 透过 video 去呈现出来，而不用口述。一般而且 video 呢在市面上呢是目前为止透过 third party 的 survey， 它是最容易去 share 还有去 comment 的 marketing 的 content。 那一样video 的 production 呢，你制造出来啊，若是产品的啊或是活动的啊，你可以跟着新闻稿这样子发布出去让大众知道啊，或者是你可以透过 social media 去发布啊，让大家知道说你们公司有这样子的影片啊。那这样子的影片的作用是做什么的啊？比如说 video 的影片可以用在产品啊，产品的拍摄，那用在产品的哪一方面呢？比如说产品的展示啊，或者是开箱文啊，功能啊，情境的使用啊，或者是产品的教学等啊。这里面有包括飞利浦电视的产品的影片，全汉的机壳啊，或者是 Atom 的，这个是 Atom 的精密仪器的产品的使用啊，或 Atom 的产品的情境使用，iCross 产品情境使用， Jealous 产品的介绍，或者是贝壳面的制作、机器的制作的教学影片等等，给各位去做参考。所以这里是产品的影片。接着呢就是活动的影片，比如说啊有专访的活动啊，或者是活动的宣传、广告的观光的宣传啊，网络广告的短片啊，或者是创意短片啊，你要让target audience 知道啊。所以说这边各位可以看到的有 Adonim 的广告的影片， Google 的广告宣传影片啊， Rockon 的垂直市场的广告影片啊，或者是 Crop Bio Product 的宣传的影片， Taiso POS 机的影片啊， Rockon 的广告影片，Carota 的使用的产品的影片的情境啊，给各位做参考。接着要介绍的是 2D 或 3D 的影片。2D 跟 3D 呢，最主要是应用在贵公司的产品，若是无法用实境去拍摄出来的话，或者是各位想要有更刺激的画面，有别于拍摄的画面的话，可以利用 2D 或 3D 的呈现模式去呈现出来。那这里面的这里面的例子有未来科技展它的 logo 的影片啊， Rockon 的动画的影片啊，还有未来战 未来站情中心 3D 的动画影片，公车站跟港口 3D， 这个是简洁短短的介绍各位什么是 3D。 再来就是5G 资策会 5G Crop 精英挑战赛，这个月正在举办的动画影片，或者是博康的2D 动画医用的动画的产品的影片给大家做参考。接着是幕后花絮活动，这些幕后花絮呢，可以是员工的日常上班状况，或者是生活状况，或者是活动的记录，或者是缩时的记录或纪录片等等。那这里有几个例子给大家做参考，有国际杯的单车双塔挑战赛啊，或者是北台湾妈祖文化节的纪录片啊，或者是当代国际主义展的纪录片 ，GoGoRo 的暖被啊捐赠活动影片啊，我们的故事的网络片啊，未来科技展的花絮幕后花絮啊，或者是未来科技展活动的影片等等，给大家做参考。那刚刚以上所介绍的，不管是针对产品去拍摄的影片啊，或者是活动啊，或者是活动宣传广告的这一些活动，大家可以透过刚刚前面所介绍的 B2B 跟 B2C 的媒体或者是社群媒体去做曝光，把这样子的 target audience 导入到贵公司的网页，去增加贵公司的网页的流量，不打紧也会让 target audience 对公司呢整体的形象有所提升，那让现有的客户去对贵公司的品牌有更深的粘着度，就是透过这一些 content 去 nurture 你的潜在客户。 OK， 接下来要介绍的是 landing page。 landing page 跟主要网页呢的不同在于， landing page 呢会把整个活动的说明呢详细的说明清楚以外呢，它还有一个 call to action 的call to action 的指令。那 landing page 呢，因为你是透过广告或者是透过 email marketing 去把 target audience 导入到贵公司的 promote 的网站，那整体来说，这个到达贵公司网站的浏览量的多寡，可以让贵公司去知道贵公司这样子的广告有没有达到好的效益。若是呢，进来的流量呢没有达到贵公司的效益的话呢，贵公司可以再重新去设计不同的广告的视觉设计，再重新去做广告的设定，然后再去 monitor 这样子的流量好不好，不好就一直测试到它好为止。所以说 landing page 通常就是我们做 marketing 里面最好的去 check 它的 conversion rate 高不高的方式。这里的例子呢，各位可以看到，第一个呢就是未来科技部所办理的未来科技展，右上角是未来科技展的主视觉，那主视觉下面各位还有看到一个深蓝色的紫色的 call to action bar， 这个就是 register now， 这是我们常说的 call to action。那右上角大家有看到的主题就是 Futex Taipei， 那 Futex Taipei 右手边我们已经说过，这是主视觉，主视觉里面就让大家知道这是2019年举办的，2019年举办的这个未来科技展举办时间是12月5号到8号，在哪里举办呢？在台北国际贸易中心的艺馆举办。那这一个未来科技展最主要展览的产品有哪一些呢？ 它最主要展览产品最主要有3个，第一个呢是 medical 跟 biotech 的 innovation， 第二个呢是 AI 跟 electronics innovation， 第三个呢是 green energy 跟 the environment 的 related 的技术的产品。那谁主办这个展览呢？各位可以看到是 Ministry of Science and Technology， 就是我们的科技部举办的展览。OK， 所以说一个 landing page 里面谁举办的，什么时间举办的，名字是什么，举办的产品展览产品有哪一些，那 call to action 是什么，这一些都有详细的资料。那往后这几个活动也是同样的属性，就是每一个 landing page 你要把你的主题 key visual 时间地点主办单位展示的产品 call to action 详细的写出来，详细的设计出来，让对此活动有兴趣的 target audience 报名进来。那报名进来的多寡呢，各位可以从公司的后台的流量多寡而决定要不要重新去设计公司的广告稿，然后再继续去测试。所以 again landing page 是我们在做广告效益的 conversion rate 里面最好的一个 tool， 一个 marketing tool。 OK， 接着要介绍的是视觉设计。视觉设计呢，不管是线上线下广告用啊，或者是 DM 用的啊，或者是 out of home 啊，你的视觉设计就是 target audience 对贵公司的第一形象的呈现。这样的视觉设计的好坏有助于贵公司整体形象的提升。因此呢，贵公司呢在视觉设计里面要传达的理念呢 idea 的发想是非常的重要的。接着要介绍这个范例 graphic design 的范例呢，最主要是用来活动的主视觉的设计。左边这个是未来科技展它论坛里面的 speaker， 两个最主要的 speaker 呢是德国科技业最大出版社的 VP 最大的 VP 佑格先生帮我们做 one of the speaker。 第二个 speaker 是 LinkedIn 的亚洲区的行销总监 Peter， 然后再来就是我们新创的 L 的 Vic 执行长，还有我们岳博士呢，跟岳教授跟我们做 panel 讨论整个 AIoT 对整个社会的影响，工作上的影响，增加因为 Artificial IoT 而增加的一些前10大的工作 position 有哪一些所举办的论坛。那这边右上角呢是资策会针对呢工业 4.0 去与 1M2M 去举办的 workshop 跟研讨会的主视觉。 OK， 所以里面呢有这场活动的办法，主办单位这个 DM 呢是由资策会呢跟 1M2M 所举办的针对工业 4.0 物联网所举办的研讨会还有 workshop 的 DM。 接下来下面这2个广告的贴文的设计呢是针对呢外贸协会刚举办的电动巴士的采购会的广告的2样产品的产业面的广告去做设计。左边这边的广告呢是 Charging Station 的广告设计，右手边这是 ADAS 的 Alarm System 的产品的广告页面的设计，给大家做参考。意思就是跟各位解释说，我从广告上面我就可以大概知道在卖的产品是哪一些，所以就是应用情境式的设计， 让 B to B 不容易了解的产品的应用面，让 Target Audience 可以一目了然的知道你这个广告要卖的产品或 solution 是什么。 OK， 上面这一个资策会，这个是让大家知道呢 1M、2M 跟资策会的工业 4.0 是要去 synchronize 市面上的硬体跟软体的整合，可以互相使用。再来要介绍的是简报。简报呢是利用短时间内呢，把公司的产品呢或 solution 呢，可以在短时间内呈现给你的 target audience， 让他们了解贵公司的产品跟贵公司要做的 solution 有哪一些，进而一步的了解以后要不要针对你做的简报而去 commit 你们公司的产品或 solution， 再来进一步的去下单买你们家的产品或使用你们家的 solution 的。所以说简报的简单扼要 get to point 是能够让贵公司潜在客户要不要下单的另外一个最佳的 marketing 的 content 之一。前面我们介绍了 branding 就是公司的形象，那公司的形象的基础就是公司的网站。那接着呢就是 marketing， 那 marketing 需要哪一些内容呢？前面我们刚刚介绍了11种内容，那透过什么样的管道呢，可以去让潜在客户知道贵公司的新品啊，或者是活动发表啊，去让潜在客户对公司整个形象的提升跟对贵公司的产品或 solution 的信任感增加。所以说我们前面讲的 branding 跟 marketing 所需要的 content， 那还有2个 content 呢我没有介绍的，其中一个是 e-newsletter 呢里面的内容呢大同小异，就是要文字或者是设计稿，或者是文字跟着视觉设计，或者是文字跟着 video， 然后透过贵公司的 email 呢，贵公司 database 里面的 email 发布出去给贵公司的潜在客户或媒体的名单，或者是贵公司里面内部人员去知道贵公司有这样子的活动。那e-newsletter 的不同跟 email 的不同， email 是你直接把文字什么写在 email 里面，那 e-newsletter 的不同，它有各式各样的 format。若贵公司没有软体的设计师可以去做 programming 的话，你们可以市面上去 sourcing 一些既有的 e-newsletter 的 format 去套用到贵公司的形象。OK， 所以说 e-newsletter 一样，它是文字稿加图片，文字稿加视觉设计，或者是文字稿跟着 video 去做 marketing。OK， 在另外一个没有跟各位介绍的呢，就是hire 代言人去为你们公司产品去做背书。那代言人我们常说的就是 talent， 一般 talent 会 hire talent 都会是发生在消费性产品，还有若是消费性产品有做促销的时候，可以把 talent 这样子的代言人邀请到贵公司的活动的现场去做促销的活动。那通常hire talent 去为贵公司背书呢，通常不是一个小的数字，marketing budget 通常是不少，所以说贵公司若是没有一个良好的策略，所谓的良好策略就是贵公司的 branding foundation 网站没有用的很好，然后呢 整个 digital content marketing 的 strategy content 怎么样去做，然后透过什么样的管道去做行销，去建立贵公司的形象，以便把贵公司的品牌 solidly build up 在消费者 target audience 的 brand 里面。那这样子你 hire 一个 talent to speak for yourself， 可能可以短暂的有帮助当下的促销活动，但是能不能为贵公司长久以来形象的 build up 有没有帮助，这又是一个 question mark。 因为市面上这20年来，我们公司看到，我个人看到的很多大厂呢 hire talent 花了千万元去，花了8位数字的 marketing fund 去 hire 一个 talent 去拍摄影片啊，或去做整个产品线的代言，而没有一系列的去做其他的 marketing。 其他的 marketing 里面就是包含我刚前面所说的网站的设计是不是完善的，还有就是公司每一个内容的撰写跟设计，还有 video 的拍摄有没有触动你 target audience 的 their heart 或者是 their brain， 然后进而一步的去对贵公司的品牌跟贵公司的产品产生信任，而想要下一次需要这种产品的时候会去跟贵公司买。 OK， 所以说 hire talent 不是不 work， 当下绝对一般都是 work， 以目前为止。但是整体来讲，对整个公司的形象的建立是不是有帮助？贵公司的 marketing strategy 就要有良善的完整的规划。 OK， 接着要介绍的就是 marketing funnel， 不管是 B2B 的 marketing funnel 或 B2C 的 marketing funnel， 其实它的概念都是一样的。这样子的概念呢，就是贵公司针对有新的产品活动或者是展览等等或促销活动，透过新闻稿啊，或者是透过社群媒体的 po 文啊，去传达给媒体，让媒体来做报道，让潜在客户呢对贵公司的产品产生兴趣了以后呢，贵公司还可以利用 remarketing、retargeting 的模式 create 不同的 content，去 nurture 你的 target audience 或者现有的客户，让他们去 evaluate 你这样的新品或者促销活动或者是展览适不适合他们来参加，进而一步要不要去 commit 这样子的活动，这样子的促销，进而一步的要不要去下单去买贵公司所提供的产品或者是服务。所以这一连串的 create 不同的 content， 透过不同的管道去让潜在的客户知道贵公司的新品发布或者是活动，而进来贵公司的网站去了解贵公司的这项活动或产品，有兴趣的话他就会 commit， 然后就会下单。所以这样子整体活动，这样子整体的 marketing strategy 就是我们所说的 marketing funnel。 那 marketing funnel 就是 again 利用不同的 content， 透过不同的 channel to convey your guys idea， to target your target audience, to drive them to your website， 进而一步去下单。 OK， 所以说前面贵公司的网站若是设立的很 solid， very informative， SEO 设计 graphic design 跟 layout 都很完整，很吸引人，然后又是 mobile friendly， 然后这样子贵公司若是形象已经建立的不错的话，在我们刚讲的这个 marketing funnel 里面呢， 你们公司就不见得需要所有的步骤都一定要去做了。通常都是公司的 brand 已经很 solid 的话，一般就是 commitment 跟 sales 的阶段了，消费者对贵公司的形象。所以说贵公司针对贵公司现有的品牌跟形象，再去决定要不要所有的 marketing funnel 里面的 marketing 的 content 跟 channel 都要去做。OK， 所以说 again B2C 跟 B2B 的 marketing funnel 呢是一样的，只是管道不一样，写的模式不一样。那 content 呢，就是我们有上述刚讲的那11种内容可以去做。那至于我刚刚解释的 e-newsletter 跟 talent， 各位可以去做评估。那接下来要跟各位介绍的是整个活动的流程，各位怎么样去做？那根据这样子活动的流程呢，还有我们上面所提到的 digital content marketing， 各位呢如何去 monitor 你们的后台 visitor 的状况？那这里要跟各位介绍的是另外一个我没有跟各位没有在前面跟各位提到的，就是市面上呢有很多大的软体公司开发出来的 sales 或 marketing 的那个 CRM。 那这样子 CRM 的品牌，比如说有 Marketo、ShopSpring 或者 HubSpot 等，可以让各位去 synchronize 在各位既有的公司内部的 CRM 去做任何公司所做的举办的活动导入进来的流量，这些流量就是 visitor， 贵公司可以去 monitor 这些 IP 位置，或者这是 email 的 content， 那再进一步去 create 不同的 content， 去 nurture 这些 IP 的 visitors， 这叫 retargeting， 或者是用 email的方式或 e-newsletter 的方式去 remarketing 你现有的客户。 OK， 所以说 e-newsletter 有既有的 format， 它跟 email 是不一样。 OK， 那 CRM 呢？ CRM 有针对 sales 或者是 marketing 所研发出来的一些 platform， 可以让各位去 monitor 这些透过活动导入进来的 visitor 的 background 而去做 retargeting 跟 remarketing。 OK， 那现在各位画面上所看到的这一个是每一场活动各位要做的一个流程。第一个就是写出 content， 比如说你若是透过新闻稿发布的话，你就要把新闻稿写出来啊。那这新闻稿里面的内容是有关于新品呢，还是有关于活动促销活动？各位抱歉，这里我们要讲的是活动的流程，所以说这篇新闻稿要把活动的内容呢写得很清楚啊，还有 social media 的广告啊，或 social media 的 post 啊，或者透过Google 做的广告或 Google 做的社区里面的流量导进来的流量到你们的 landing page。 这边 landing page 你们公司若是你们公司有自己的程式写得很完整，不需要去买其他的marketing 或 sales 的 CRM 去管理这个流量的话，那你可以透过自己 MIS 可以去看这些流量好不好。流量没有你们 expect 高的时候呢，那你就要回到第一步，要重新去做广告的设计，一直到流量好。 OK， 然后导入来的流量呢，你可以透过 video 的模式。我们刚刚有提到 video 是最容易让消费者或让 target audience 去 share 的，让他们容易去为公司宣传的，只要你拍的很吸引人的一个最好的 marketing content。 然后呢，或者是你可以透过这样子流量到 landing page 注册的名单，你可以再用 email marketing 的模式去 nurture 这一些 target audience， 让他们注册到贵公司要举办的活动里面。然后活动呢，一直到他完，这样子可以，这样子中间那个 FAQ2345等，可以看看注册的流量里面的 percentage 注册高不高。一般各位呢，像 LinkedIn 呢 ，LinkedIn 注册进来的百分比是 0.3 到 0.5， 那广告设计一般的点选进来的流量是 0.02， 所以说各位可以based on这样子的流量呢，去决定说总流量跟报名数有没有符合你们的需求。若是没有，就可以继续做 email marketing， 或者再从头，若是有 budget 的话，重新做设计，一直到把 target audience导入到你们公司要举办的活动，而这些活动里面注册进来的 target audience 就是你们公司为你们 marketing 部门呢，可以把这些留下来的 content 给业务部门去做追踪，进而一步的去 generate sales。OK， 所以说从前面的网站是公司的品牌跟公司的品牌跟形象，也是公司的门面，一直到11种 content 在 digital content marketing 里面贵公司可以使用的。那再来就是 marketing funnel 里面针对贵公司的品牌建立的某种程度而进行哪一些 marketing funnel 的循环的 marketing 策略。再来这个行销流程呢，就是你每一次办一个活动，贵公司可以利用什么内容，透过什么管道去做广告或做曝光，而把 target audience 导到贵公司要 promote 的 landing page， 而进而去 generate leads 给你们公司的业务去做销售的发布。这整个流程就是我们所谓的Digital Content Marketing。 所以说我们刚前面已经有谈到了基础 Branding 网站设计 OK， 再来就是我们的 Marketing Channel Marketing Digital Content Marketing， 接下来这两个就可以去 generate 你们公司的业务。那我们这边常常讲前面讲的 Branding 跟 Marketing 业务呢，若是我们把 Branding 想成是一个被动，因为它是个品牌，人们不会来买，那你要透过 marketing 去让 target audience 知道有这个东西，所以说呢，业务就可以主动出击去卖这个产品 OK， 所以这 branding marketing 跟 sales 呢是相辅相成。那这里要跟各位介绍的是，我们公司这20年来服务了很多中小企业的公司。那很多中小企业，尤其在科技业呢的雇主，就是老板呢，通常都是 R&D background。那 R&D background 的雇主通常不知道什么是 branding 跟 marketing 跟 sales。我通常可能会认为说，我只要有 sales 就好，我为什么要 branding， 我为什么要 marketing？ 但是当然你若是有 sales 的话，第一次那你若是单纯就只有 sales 的话，业务就会开发的很辛苦，因为他没有网页去介绍这个产品，或是介绍公司的形象。当消费者或 target audience 来搜寻你们公司的产品或 solution 的时候，他无法了解贵公司有什么产品，会有什么 services。那这样子间接的业务呢，就要花很多的心思去说服target audience 你们公司的产品是好的 OK。 因此若是 target audience 搜寻不到贵公司的资讯，贵公司要卖东西就不好卖了。你可能消费性的产品还可以去百货公司或者是展览地方摆个摊位去做促销，但是事后消费者就不会记住你们有这样子的产品。因此贵公司的网站就是贵公司的 branding， 也就是贵公司的门面，它是非常的重要的。那我刚刚有介绍了 branding 网站的设计，最四点要注意的就是公司网站设计的 layout 跟它的设计layout 里面的资讯要充足，尤其是 B2B 垂直产业，你不只有要把产品的相片啊、产品的 spec 啊、产品的 features 写进来以外，你建议你还要有情境式网页的设计，让你的产品的产业应用面呢能够呈现出来，让它给 audience 一目了然的可以了解说你们公司在卖什么产品。那记住，我们刚刚有了 branding， 我们有业务啊，但是呢，你若是没有庞大的 database，或者是你们公司的资讯不多，电子资讯不多，当现在的社会大家要买东西都会上 Google 去 search 这个产品啊，它的好坏啊，这家公司的名声好不好的时候啊，那你公司如何去说服你看不到的这一票消费者进来买你们家的产品呢？所以说 marketing 就是最贵公司要去 build up 的另外一个最佳增加你们业务的，还有去建立你们品牌的好的管道。那刚 again 前面有介绍11种 content， 那这一种11种 content 你制作出来了以后，你要针对贵公司的产品去透过媒体，哪一种媒体，还有透过哪个社群媒体，去把这样的流量带入到公司要 promote 的网站，这样子流量就是你们公司未来的客户。那这里面呢，我们刚刚讲这些 content 呢，若是被媒体报道出来，这个就是一种背书。若是让媒体呢帮你们公司做测试报道，那测试报道的产品的报道是正面的话，那让消费者呢对你们公司的认可啊会更加深。所以我们常常讲，透过新闻稿去大量曝光，去增加贵公司的 brand awareness， 那透过产品的测试去增加正面，要有正面的报道啊，去增加贵公司的 brand recognition。 OK， 所以说 branding marketing sales 是缺一不可。因此若是各位可以把 branding 是什么， marketing 是什么， sales 这三个单位的角色的工作可以去differentiate 以后呢，去 allocate right person at the right position to do the right job，那这样子对整个公司的形象的 build up 会非常的好。那接着呢，我们刚提到的呢，前面有各式各样的管道可以去做广告。那这里是一些活动呢，跟各位介绍我们公司透过不同的广告模式去 promote 这些客户的活动。 OK， 第一个是未来科技展他办的论坛，这个论坛我刚前面有介绍过，这个论坛我们公司是透过 email marketing 跟 LinkedIn 的广告去 drive 600多个人报名到这一场论坛，那实际到场的大概有超过400个人参加这一场论坛。那接下来要介绍是飞利浦的记者会，飞利浦大型电视的记者会。去年3月举行的，我们本来预计大概应该会有10来个记者到场，结果很讶异的，大家对整个飞利浦，我们公司是透过新闻稿的模式发给记者，让记者来参加这一场活动。那当初我们报名的记者只有30几个，比我们预计的是多了大概1-20个记者。那所以说我们当初呢，这里的位置只安排了3排30位记者而已。那现场又多来了40几位，我们临时加了很多位置。所以说很多情况之下，记者他是知道你这样子活动，但是他只是没有去回应你而已。所以你要有很多应变措施。Again， 这里就是让大家知道，我们每一场活动利用不同的方式去让潜在的客户知道。像上面的这一场座谈会是让厂商知道，那下面这里这个记者会，我们是让记者还有编辑知道。所以我们是利用不同的方式，我们是利用不同的内容制造出不同的制造不同的内容，透过不同的管道去宣传这2场活动。 OK， 再来要介绍的是 Out of Home 广告，这两个广告的不同，都是同样一个单位，台北国际电脑展。一个是在最上面这两个广告呢是 Las Vegas McCarran Airport 针对 CES 消费性电子展所做的广告。那为什么会建议台北国际电脑展在这里广告？是因为 CES 不让台北国际电脑展在秀展做广告，因为他们是 competitor。那所以说机场呢是唯一 Computex 我们的目标呢就是要去 target 参展的厂商跟参展的买家。那所有透过国际的参展厂商啊，或者是 buyer 啊，搭飞机的啊，都可以看到在 luggage claim 里面看到台北国际电脑展的广告。那下面这一边呢也一样，这个是在 immigration 的地方，就是各位下了飞机要去检查护照的地方。那这个是在杜拜机场，我们最主要是他给 GTEX 去 GTEX 参展的 B2B 的垂直厂商跟买家，希望这些厂商可以，还有这些买家可以来参加 Computex 的展览。接着这两个呢是网络跟杂志的广告，左边是广达要第一次去参加纽伦堡的 Embedded World 的展览。那我们建议在 City Magazine。 为什么是 City Magazine 呢？ City Magazine 目前呢有超过20万的 member 注册，付费呢固定1个月收到2次的刊物，所以说目前呢 City Magazine 大概有20万的刊本。那它的这本杂志卖在 kiosk 啊或 bookshelf 的啊，大概会有将近5万，每一期大概可以销售25万的 target audience。 因此呢，因为这个 City Magazine 有 Embedded World 的专刊，如果是广达他第一次要去参加这个展览，没有人知道广达要去参加这个展览，所以说广达就透过这个机会让他潜在的客户知道广达有要去 Embedded World， 而且他要在哪里展览，然后展览的产品有哪一些，告知这一些 target audience。 那右手边这个是技嘉呢，他要证明他们要把他们公司的 notebook 的整个名称从技嘉改成 Outsource 的时候，在各个Tier 1或 Tier 2的媒体去做广告，让 target audience 知道他们公司的 notebook 现在是叫 Outsource， 不再叫技嘉。所以说针对不同的 purpose， 我们看到不同的 content 去 market 在适合的 target audience 里面，让各位知道去参加或是去买这样子的产品。接着呢，这个就是让各位看的是 LinkedIn 的广告， LinkedIn 左边的广告，右边是贴文，让各位看一下。从左边这边，各位可能看到左边这边的广告跟前面我跟各位示意的广告 ADS 外贸所要举办的电动巴士的广告的那个 image 是不一样，因为我们公司设计了很多款的设计稿去 test ADS 这样子广告设计哪一个效果会比较好的。那 charging station 的话也是一样的。那右手边这一个是飞利浦大型显示器的 po 文 ，OK， 所以让大家有个印象 ，po 文呢，你们若是有发现，我前面举的 LinkedIn 的 po 文，我的例子用德文的，我可以在我的 po 文里面去target德文的 followers。那像这一篇飞利浦大型显示器呢是韩文，所以我可以在我的 visitor 里面设定韩国人的 follower，OK。再来另外一个要介绍的管道就是crowdfunding 集资。前面没有介绍 crowdfunding 里面的 content 的制作是要文字，还有 graphic design 跟video production 的。那它的 marketing 策略也可以透过我们刚前面提的 digital content marketing 的模式去做 content， 还有 那些 channel 去做 marketing。那这边呢 crowdfunding， 比如说 Kickstarter 跟 Indiegogo， 他们有他们自己既有的 content 的 format， 那他们也有他们自己的 backer 的 marketing channel。那至于 Kickstarter 跟 Indiegogo 不同在于说 Kickstarter 在3-4年前有 backers 有超过800万，它是第一家crowdfunding 的网站。它最主要是你要集资成功，它才会把整个 funding 给各位。那 Indiegogo 的不同是，你公司筹资到1000元、2000元、3000元 ，Indiegogo 都会把金额给你，只是手续费收的多寡不一样而已。所以说，贵公司呢，若是有不同的贵公司若是有 innovation product， 要透过 crowdfunding 去集资呢，可以透过 Kickstarter 啊，或者是 Indiegogo 去做。那这是我们公司帮一家做 robotic 产品给 STEM 的小孩子 STEM 产品的小孩子的使用，这是1天内我们就达标了。所以说这个客户达标的金额是比这边高2-3倍，给各位去做参考。今天谢谢各位的参加。若是有任何问题，我个人的联络资料在下方可以提供给各位跟我联络，或者是可以直接透过台湾 Excellence 跟我联络。谢谢大家。
谢谢张总监的精彩分享。跨国企业及出口商需要用英文做行销，好的英文文案内容才能正确的传达产品的特色及优势，精准掌握潜在客户的目光。今天我们特别邀请 Digibiz 数位行销顾问 Mr. Glenn Reeves 为我们讲述 10 must-know principles for improving your company's English copywriting。欢迎 Mr. Glenn。
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Glenn Reeves, and I'll be your guide this afternoon as we take a practical look at what really works in English copywriting. Now, I am originally an academic writer, and I began writing marketing copy in 1997 when I began working on a very early e-commerce project for a university. I now specialize in English copywriting and content marketing. Next! So today, I'll be taking you through 10 must-know principles for improving your company's English copywriting. And the emphasis today will be on giving you lots of useful tips and advice that you can start to use right now. So I'll have downloads that you can access and other resources you can get, which take you beyond what I present here today, because copywriting is a huge area. And I'll only be able to touch briefly on various parts, but I've prepared these other materials that you can access and really accelerate and improve your learning. Next. So today's talk, covering the 10 principles, is divided into 2 parts. And the first 4 principles, I'll be looking at establishing a very strong foundation. Before you write any copy at all, one word at all, these things need to be in place. If they're not, the copy you write will not be any good. So first, your general English has to be really good. Audience research, you must know your audience research. Probably more important than anything else that I'll talk about today is that one, knowing your audience. Then the strategy. The strategy is the sales funnel. It's a structure within which you place your copy. I'll talk a lot about that. And then principle 4, at least stay around, stick with me until I get to number 4, and I'll reveal the secret to the only way to learn copywriting. Next. So in the second half of the talk, I'll be focusing on actually how to write copy. And we'll start by looking at Principle 5, the structure of copy, the several elements that are present in all pieces of copy. And then number 6, I'll be looking at those principles in action, looking at digital ads and landing pages and e-commerce product listings. I've got some really cool advice and tips for you there. And number 7, website copy. Well, most companies don't do their English copy on their websites very well. I've got a lot that will help you there. Number 8, do you hire a copywriter in-house? Do you bring someone and employ them so they come to your office every day? Or do you outsource to an agency? I've got some ideas that will help you decide that. Next. And number 9, the problem of non-copywriting experts. A huge problem. We'll go into that when I get there. Number 10, recommended resources to keep learning, to keep you going. Once you start copywriting, you just keep going and get better and better, and those resources will help you. Next. So what do I mean by copywriting? What's the definition? I've used this word already, copy, several times. Well, copywriting is the use of words to move the reader to take an action. We're not writing a magazine article. We're not writing a movie script or a nice story. We're not being creative. We're writing copy, words that will move a reader to take an action. So in copywriting, we refer to those words as copy or the copy. And I've already used that several times before now. So copy is the words and text of pieces of copywriting. Next. Now, words are the most important element in all your marketing material. Pretty websites, nice pages, lovely photography, beautiful DMs with colors and design are all very well, but the words are everything because the right words capture attention. They influence people's emotions. That's what we're aiming to do. And they cause people to take action. Copywriting is words that move people to take action. For an example, next. Here we have a website with a lovely photograph of what is that? I've got no idea. We don't know. The photography is beautiful, professionally done, wonderful. Is that a speaker? Is it a ashtray? Is it a coffee warmer? No idea. We don't know until we see some words. Next. And there are the words, making technology invisible. Aha! So that is a piece of technology. It's some product of some kind. No idea what it is even now, but that doesn't matter. The point is, this is a design website and their product is making technology invisible. And that's a really great example of good copy there. 3 words tells you what that company does. We make technology invisible. But look, even if they didn't have a lovely photo there, a lovely image, the words would do a very good job. And without the words, you've got nothing. Next. So here's an example of a company, a mattress company that produced 2 advertisements. So 左边的广告 was 都没有成功. They really didn't make much money off that because the copy was terrible. So they got a professional copywriter in to redo things, and they created the ad on the right. 所以左边的广告非常成功. It earned them thousands and thousands of dollars. And this is an ad from 60 years ago. Copywriting principles haven't changed in 100 years. It's all about psychology. We're accessing psychology, influencing psychology. And the words on this page influence the potential buyers of these products so much that the company made a lot of money. And it was just the words. The words made the difference. Next. So words are everything. And the difference between the wrong words and the right words can be millions of dollars. And they are. The top copywriters get paid a lot of money because the words they write produce millions of dollars for companies. Next. Now, what's the best reason for writing correct and persuasive copy for a company in Taiwan? Well, if you do your English copy really well, much better than anyone else, you'll be way ahead of other Taiwan companies who are your competitors for overseas business. You want to take your products to the world? Get your English copy written really well. And it will be money in the bank for you. It just means more money for your company. And that's just one really good reason. That's the bottom line. That's the money. That's the good reason to do your copy well. Next. So, a very important point. Copywriting is not magic. We have this saying in English, you can't put lipstick on a pig. A pig is a pig no matter what you do to it. You put lipstick on it, make it look nice, it's still a smelly, ugly pig. So if a product is not desired by the market, nothing you say about it will convince people to buy it. Some may buy it and they'll soon find it's lousy, it's no good, and then you're in big trouble. If the product is not good, words won't make a difference. So copywriting only works when the product is good. It shows the product in its best light. Next. So what copywriting can do is this. Now, here's a very simple example. Imagine we've got a sales page that's just using ordinary English, no copywriting principles. And let's say on that sales page, people can buy, they can click a button at the bottom and buy a product. So let's say 1 in 100 people who visit that page buy the product. That's a 1% success rate. Now, by using copywriting principles, you'll influence more people to read through the copy, get to the bottom, click that button. Let's say 2 in 100. Then if that's a 2% success rate, you have doubled your sales. And actually you do very much better than that by using copywriting principles. So the product's good, use the right copy, make more money. That's simple. Next. All right, let's start on the first 4 principles. Perfect your general English, audience research, the sales funnel, and then number 4, the secret, the only way to learn copywriting. Next. Perfect your general English, really important. Copywriting is a specialized form of English writing. So any vocab and grammar mistakes in your copy will ruin the copy. So what do I mean by ruin or destroy the copy? Well, it won't be as effective. Less people will take the action that you want them to. They won't read through, they'll be gone. They'll go and look at the cat video or something like that, much more interesting. So the copy has got to be written with the right vocab and no grammar mistakes. So general English, being good up front, very, very important. Next. Now, I recommend you get this book. Every English learner, especially learner of marketing English, if you're writing marketing English, you should have this book. It's an essential resource. Now, the chapters are short, from 1 to 3 pages. You can work through bit by bit. It's like attending a class, a workshop. Just bit by bit, little bite-sized pieces you can learn as you go through. And you can get it from thebookdepository.com, free shipping worldwide. I highly recommend it. It's got so much in there. It's packed with good advice. Next. Now, this is just one of dozens and dozens of pieces of advice. And this is very important for copywriting. Use active language. Don't use passive language. Now, the English that you learnt to write in the bushy barn maybe, or at university, your business English, throw it out. We don't need that for copywriting. And passive sentences are one of the big things about official English. For example, the video was edited by a guy named Hiroshi, a perfect example of what we don't want, of a passive English sentence. What you want is the next one, active. A guy named Hiroshi edited the video. Dynamic, powerful. Most dynamic and active and powerful is the one at the bottom. Hiroshi edited the video. Bang, bang, bang. That's all you need. That's active English. Now, that's one of lots and lots of examples. Grab the book. I highly recommend it. Next. First, audience research. So let's say your English is pretty good. Audience research on your target market is everything. And the better you do your research, the better your copy will work for you. You need to know your audience. What's in their mind? What are their beliefs, their dreams, their desires? Because you write the copy to those beliefs, those dreams, those desires. Next. Now, this is a great source for audience research. Now, sure, if you've got customers right now, you will talk to those customers and do research with them. Doing direct research with your customers is a really good idea. But if you don't, or if you want to expand that knowledge, that research, Amazon reviews are the place to go. So you'll find the words that buyers use to think and talk about any product you can think of, any product at all. There will be at least one review, and there's usually not one, but thousands of reviews of products on Amazon. Next. So I'll take you through an example, and it could be any product, but I chose light sensor switch, which is a light where you don't have to touch it to turn it on. You swipe across in front of it and it activates and turns the light on. Next. So this switch is a top-selling switch. It's by Lutron, which is one of the brands there. And it's got 5,861 reviews, over 5,000 reviews, nearly 6,000. And that's a lot of data for you to research. And did I say it was going to be easy? No, it's not easy, but you need to do the research. You need to go through a lot of those reviews. And in fact, there are more than 30,000 reviews of all the switch brands available there. So there's a huge database, a resource there that you can use to create your copy. So each review has a headline and body copy. So let me just look at the body copy first. Next. So this was just one of those nearly 6,000 reviews. And I was looking through all the reviews and this one jumped out and I just scanned it. I'm just looking through it and I can see that some words, some phrases jumped out at me and I've highlighted them there. So there's the one up the top, don't fret, in the box there, and I scanned through, oh, pain in the backside. That's an interesting way of talking about what they don't like about this product. So, and then down the bottom, works like a champ. I know that phrase. It's quite common and they're using it to talk about this product. Maybe I can use those. So next. So you don't have to worry too much about these actual words here. They don't matter, but it's the process that I'm trying to communicate to you. So fret, it's a way of expressing worry and stress. Fret, maybe I can use that in the copy somewhere. Pain in the backside means troublesome. I can definitely use that. This product, our product, won't give you a pain in the backside, for example, perhaps. Works like a champ. Champ means champion. It just means very good. Works like a champ. That could be a headline for a web page on this product, perhaps. But anyway, you work through and you grab all these elements and then create the copy. And the thing about this, doing the research like this, is that you don't sit down to a copywriting project and think, oh God, how am I going to write this? I just can't think of anything. No, you do the research and you'll have more than enough to write. You'll be overwhelmed. You need to cut it down. You work with those elements, assemble those elements together. That's the art of copywriting, assembling elements that you've researched. Next. So Amazon reviews have the body copy and the headline. Headlines themselves can be used, very useful just in themselves. So this is one review of the Switch by David L., whoever he is, and he says, the smartest feature of my home. And I thought, wow, yeah, that could be used as a great description of the power of this product. It's the smartest feature of my home. That just jumped out at me. That's just the title. I could just take that and use that, perhaps, but I would include it in my research. And just number 2 there, that's not the headline or the title, but it just jumped out at me. And he said, love, love, love these switches. And I thought, wow, that's wonderful copy. That's just, he loves the Switch so much. He's saying, I love, love, love these switches. Oh, for a copywriter, we see that and we go, yeah, that's juicy. That's good copy. maybe I can use that. Next. So, emphasize these points. Copywriting is not creative writing. Do the research, assemble a copy, and then test it. So testing is not something I'm going to get into or talk much about today. I could talk a week or a month on that. It's a very crucial part of copywriting. It would have to wait for another time. But anyway, copywriting, not creative writing. You put the elements together and assemble your copy like that. And you're only writing for a business objective. You're not being creative here. You've got to know the business objective. So strategy is essential. You've got to write down a clear series of steps before writing any copy. So let's turn to that strategy, that structure to help you do this. Next. So it's the sales funnel. So this is the structure within which you need to fit your copy. So the funnel is the journey or the pathway that a potential customer takes to becoming an actual customer. And your copy is designed to lead them by the hand through that funnel and hopefully for them to becoming a customer of your company. Now, at the very top of the funnel, you've got what I call the exposure or the discovery phase. And that could be many different types of copy. So you've got magazines, maybe a trade directory, a press release, maybe in the search engine, anything like that. That's at the top of the funnel. So there'll be a certain type of copy that you write for that. So potential customers become aware of your company or your product. Next phase, consideration. So that those original pieces of copy were successful and those people are still with you. They're reading more about your service or your product. They're looking for proof that your product can do everything you say it can do. They're interested. They're sort of on the hook and your copy's keeping them with you as they move through your funnel. Next. And right at the bottom is the action stage or conversion. They convert from being a potential customer to an actual customer. So they either buy the product, or B2C or B2B, they will fill out a form and ask you to tell me more about this product or service that you're offering. So they're a hot lead at that stage. Next. So the important point is that the copy you create for every stage of the funnel has the one goal of getting as many people from one stage to the next as possible. That's the goal of the copy, to take them through to the end. Next. So here's an example of a Google ad, and I call it a Google advertisement sales funnel. So the keyword or the service here is CNC machining services. So let's suppose a potential customer goes to the search engine, types in CNC machining services. And this is the exposure part of the funnel, what comes up on the search engine result page. So there's Google's first page, and there's an ad right at the top of the page. Hopefully, if the ad's good, it'll be at the top. And that is actually the top of the funnel. That's the entrance to the funnel. So this copy here has got to do a good job of getting the click. You want someone to click the ad. So let's suppose they do click it. Next. Next phase of the funnel, discovery and consideration. They're on your website. They're on the landing page. Now, the copy here has got to keep the potential customer there. Keep them reading, keep them learning, keep them interested in your service or your product. Now, this is not a good example of a discovery and consideration part of the funnel. It's not good copy on this page. I'm going to go into a lot of detail about how to write good copy later, but just to let you know, this is not a good example. So a lot of people are going to be exiting or leaving this company's sales funnel at this point because the copy is just not right. It's not doing it. But anyway, the goal is hopefully to move them through to the next stage, to conversion. Next. And this is the conversion action, which on this page was at the bottom. And for this B2B company, it's to get them to fill out a form. So get in touch, get in contact, and then tell me more about your CNC machining services. I have this problem. Can you help me? So that's good. That would be a successful outcome of the copywriting that's been fitted into that sales funnel structure, from ad through to landing page through to conversion. Next. So just to summarize that, the idea of the sales funnel and the copy is to get a person from exposure through to conversion. And getting potential customers from the top of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel is the goal of the copy. That's all it's got to do. And the quality of the copy is everything. The better the quality, the more people that will stay in the funnel and get to the conversion, to get to the action you want them to take. Copywriting is about getting people through to take an action. Next. So, with a sales funnel strategy, your copy has a structure to follow. Just to remind you. Next. All right, number 4. Oh, here it is. The big secret to learning copywriting is the only way to learn copywriting is practice. Practice, practice, practice. It's not really a secret, is it? You've just got to put in the work. Next. Now, there's a very famous book by Malcolm Gladwell where he argues, he says it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything. That may or may not be true, but you certainly need to spend a lot of time on copywriting. You need to write every day. To be a better writer, you need to write every day, even if that's English emails in your work in your company or something like that. That'd be fine. But there is no end to getting better at writing copy. You start and you just keep getting better. Like me, I improve a bit every day. I write a lot every day. I keep getting a bit better every day. But I practice. I write. Next. All right, so a summary of this foundation phase that you need to get right in order for your copy to be successful or to have a chance at being successful. So perfect your general English, audience research, essential, the sales funnel as the structure for your copy, and then practice, the only way to learn. And studying great examples of copywriting and actually copying them out by hand. Yes, copying them out by hand is a great way to learn, to practice. Next. All right, this is the how-to phase. And we will start by looking at the structure of copy. Next. Next. So effective copy is conversational and informal. So first of all, don't write official English, write conversational English. You write your copy the way your target audience talks. For example, there's a sentence there, Richard, that's the name of somebody. You can say, Richard, you executed that maneuver very well indeed. Well done. Oh, it's beautiful official English, but as good copy, it sucks. It really does. A better way to put it is, dude, sick. 2 words, and that's conversational. And anyone under 30 in the UK, America, Australia, they're the sort of words they're using. Or even better, dude, sick. It just means, oh, that was so good. You're so good at doing that. So that's the mindset you've got to get in. You've got to be writing conversational English in your copy. Next. Show versus tell. Okay, official English is all about telling and describing and doing things like that. We need to move away from that. We need to be showing. So we show how something feels, what something does. We show what something looks like. We don't just talk about it and tell it. Next. For example, an interesting ad that I saw early in the pandemic about Copywriter, a company selling very cool, wonderful Copywriter. So they could have written a headline for this advertisement, and you'll see the headline there under the brand Liquid Death. they could have written something like, new limited edition face mask designs are here. Well, that's what it is, but it's not much of a headline. It doesn't attract attention. It's boring. Instead, they wrote, make COVID fight through skulls and switchblades to get to your face. It's like, whoa, look at that. And it starts off with a verb, make, a 动词, right there, make COVID fight. So when you use verbs, it wakes people's brains up. It activates the brain. It's a neurological response. Yeah, words have that effect on people. Like, whoa, yeah, it really does. Make COVID fight through skulls. Yeah, a successful ad because the copy is really good. Plus, it just looks a really cool product anyway. For younger people, very successful. Next. Right, simple words. Always use simple words for, if you're a learner of English, a non-English speaking background person, maybe not such a big thing, but if you're using simple words now, keep using them. Don't use the big words on the left there, use the simple words on the right. Always use a simple word rather than a long official word, always. Next. Now we get to the actual elements of most pieces of copy. We have the headline, the lead, which is sometimes left out, the body of the copy, which is the main section with all of the words, then the call to action, which is the action we want the reader to take. Next. So starting off with the headline. This is the most important element because if they don't read the headline and you don't catch attention there, they're gone. They're off watching the cat video or watering the plants if they're looking at a brochure or something like that. They'll put it down, they won't come back. The headline has got to capture attention. That's its only job. And it's the entrance to the sales funnel. That's the start of the potential buying process for that potential customer of yours. So you'll lose them if the headline's not good. And headlines are used all throughout the various stages of copy. And the important element is curiosity. And I'll show you how that works. Next. So there are a whole lot of headline structures you can use that have been proven to work over many, many years, going back 100 years. As long as there's been newspapers, these structures have been shown to work. And here's just one of them. It's the question. And if you're ever stuck to write a headline for anything, just use a question. This is just an example. So it's tired of. You could put anything you like in there. Whatever your service or your product is, you can just drop that in there. That would work. Tired of? Here's a solution to the being tired, if you like. So there's an example there. Tired of walking? Here's how to get super cheap Uber rides. So you could, advertising Uber, maybe they could use that. Tired of your one-room apartment? You can read it. So it's a question structure. There's another one there. Why haven't you? Why haven't you visited Osaka? That's a good one for a travel company. Yeah, I go to Japan a lot. Why haven't I visited Osaka? You'll capture attention with a question. The brain naturally sees the question and starts to want to answer it. We can't help it. It starts thinking. Next. Another structure is the how-to structure. And I've got two examples there for you. You can read them there. But what I've done, it's the first of the downloads or the resources you can access. I have prepared for you 14 structures, and that's the list there. And there are 96 examples all up of headline structures that you can take straight away. If you're stuck for a headline, you can just go to that resource, grab a headline structure, and use it for whatever product or service you are trying to sell or write about or attract attention for. So go to that. Go to the website, Smart Digibiz, English Copywriting, and you can get access to that resource. It's huge. It'll make your copywriting very much easier. Next, power words. So Power words are special words used in headlines that have been shown to be really effective at getting attention and moving people to take action. Remember, the goal of the headline is to get people to stay with the copy and move to the next part, which I'll talk about in very shortly. So, because has been said to be one of the most powerful words in copywriting. And there's an example there. Order now because time is almost up. That headline works better than the next one, which is order now, time is almost up. So just by putting because in there gets a much higher response. Why exactly, we don't know. All we know is it does work. It has been proven again and again and again and again that power words, and especially because, but power words have this effect. And there's also now in there, order now. Now is also a power word, and you've probably seen that used quite a lot in titles and headlines on the web. It uses the fear of missing out, that you better do it now, otherwise perhaps soon, tomorrow, it'll be gone. You can't get it. So now has been shown to be an effective power word. Next. So I've got 15 common power words and how to use them at that same article. English copywriting, smartdigibiz.com, English copywriting. I show you, and it's all in Zhongwen. It's all in Zhongwen. So the examples are in English, of course, it's English copywriting, but the explanations and other material is all in Zhongwen. So it's easy for you to consume, to understand, and just take and use, experiment with. You'll be writing really good headlines very quickly. Next. The lead is the next part of the copywriting big four. Headline leads to the lead. The goal of the headline is to get the reader to the lead, and the lead simply gives a bit more information than the headline. And the lead brings people into the body of the copy. Your goal is to keep people reading through, not losing them, not letting them go out of the funnel. Keep them going. The lead helps them do that. Next. So this is an example from the New York Times, and there are many, many good examples in the New York Times. I recommend you go and read that to learn more about headline construction and lead construction. So here we have, how far would you go to protect someone you love? Oh, well, that stopped me. I was reading through the New York Times. Oh, what's that? Great headline. And then the lead. And whom would you trust along the way? Oh, yeah, wow. Who would I trust? So we have the question structure for the headline, and then we even have a question in the lead. Now, this is all designed to attract my attention to this book. It's a new book called The Damage. The product doesn't matter. The way they've done this is really, really well done. The headline gets my attention. I move to the lead, and that gets me more interested. So then I'm going to read the rest of the information about that new book. So they're not talking about the book straight away. They say, new book by Caitlin, whoever she is, Wahra. They don't do that. That wouldn't work as well. This is using copywriting principles to get the article read and then get people perhaps buying that book. Next. So the lead brings us into the body of the copy. Now, body copy can be really long, really short, or somewhere in between. It really depends on your purpose. But right now, today, I will give you an example of long body copy. Sales copy, actually, because for sales, longer copy is much more powerful than writing longer copy is more powerful than writing shorter. The longer, the better. Next. Now, this is the structure of a long-form sales letter. I'm not going to spend any time on this. You can come back and check out the slides later. We could spend a whole week or a month on this. This is a huge area in itself. But this is the structure of a sales letter that works. And it's by the famous copywriter, Robert Collier. It's a very old book. I recommend you get it. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I've prepared for you an example of how this works next. So if you go to that URL that I've got on the bottom of the screen there, you'll be able to access this example where I take you through the 6 points of a sales letter in what's moderately long body copy. So it's a good example of body copy. And it's actually a great example of a sales funnel all in itself. It's got the headline there, then it's got the body copy, then it's got a call to action. So actually one piece of copy is a sales funnel in itself in a situation like this. So go to that URL and copy that and study it very carefully and copy it out by hand even. Don't type it, copy it out by hand. It will get into your mind, your brain, much better. That's the way to learn. Next. So the final part in our 4 elements. So we go headline, lead, body, CTA, or call to action. That's the goal of copywriting, is to get the reader to take action. All the pain of the headline and the lead and the body copy gets them to take the action, like buy now or fill out the form to get in touch with us and we can tell you more. The CTA tells the reader what to do. If you don't have that, no one's going to do anything. And it's been proven that when you tell people what to do, many more people do it than don't do it. A lot of people ignore it, but a lot of people follow it. So it's have the CTA there. Always have the call to action. Next. Here's an example. You've probably seen these on websites. You see the button. That's actually a call to action. And this was a media website that I looked at a few weeks ago and I was considering subscribing. I didn't. But I rewrote the copy on that to give you an example of what a good call to action, a better call to action could be. So that's the original on the left. And then on the right is what I reconstructed it. So I wrote, defend democracy now. Defend is a 动词. Starts with a verb, immediately captivating, more powerful. Then next line, access, fearless reporting. Access is another 动词, it's another verb, an active word. So I've got some active words. I've got a power word in there, now, and then 3 months for $5. So that could be tested to see if it did better than the original. So that would be a better call to action, I think. Next. So the button, subscribe, well, you see that everywhere. It's sort of, yeah, subscribe. Is that going to fire up my brain? Maybe, maybe not. We could test. Yes. Does that work better? Access now. Power word. Or I want in. Very conversational. Who wants to go to the pub? I want in. Yeah, it's a very common saying. Yeah, that may work much better. It would need to be tested. Testing is important. And then whatever works. It's not whatever is pretty or looks wonderful or looks like a great design. It's what works, what gets people to take action. That's copywriting. Next. All right, principle 6. Let me take you through a few examples quite quickly because time is getting away already. I'll look at digital ad copy, landing page, and e-commerce product listings with a special look at Amazon. Next. So this is a very good example that I recommend you study. A very good example of a digital ad on Google and with its landing page. Now, this is an ad for online trading. So that's for trading shares or maybe Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or whatever. And it's a really good example of great copy. So the headline, trade from anywhere. So they know their customers. They know that their customer is probably maybe 20 to 30 years old, has got a shoji, is probably at work and wants to trade from work or anywhere, but especially from work. They want to watch their trades, how their trades are going through the day. Trade from anywhere. Okay, good headline. Then the lead. That's actually what that next that next copy is. Those next two sentences. The lead. The future of online trading. So it's designed to get me more interested. Oh, okay. Get the app today. It's like dynamic. There's a call to action right there. And trade from the comfort of your living room or maybe your desk at work. So there's a lot of good copy there to get me interested in that click, to make that click. That's what they want. So let's say they click. Next. To the body copy straight away. And there's another headline designed to grab the reader. When you jump into online trading. So I make a note of you. That's another power word. If you go and download all those power words, that example I gave you, you'll see how you is used. But it's a classic power word. When you jump into online trading, be smart about it. Then the body copy there, free, no risk. Practice trading in real time. So there's no risk to you. You're not going to lose any money, and it's just like the real thing. And you'll feel comfortable using it. So that's the body copy, and then right next to it, you'll be in your CTA, the call to action. Register now for a free. There's two power words there, now and free. Register now for a free demo account. Yeah, a free, no risk. I'm going to do that. Fill it out, bang, send. The copy has been successful. So that's a great little sales funnel in just two pieces of copy, the ad and then the actual landing page and the call to action all together. Really good example. Great copywriting. Next. All right, product descriptions, especially for e-commerce. And I know a lot of companies would be interested in this. So I'm looking at Amazon's listings and their bullet points. Amazon is almost the perfect e-commerce platform. They have enormous traffic. They're always testing. They're always testing all the time. So that platform is almost perfect. And the thing is, in e-commerce, using the wrong words will lose you sales, lose you money. This is where the wrong words, with not using copywriting principles, will lose money. And I'll show you a great product description formula that has been proven to work. Next. So just to remind you, the product I'll be looking at is the motion sensor switch that I looked at earlier. Next. Next. So this is the Lutron bullet points. So it's hard to read and it's hard to understand quickly. For a native English speaker, it's really doesn't encourage me to read it. And it's all specifications. It's all features. I can't see how how does that relate to me? How does it help me? It's feature focused. There's nothing there that's really a benefit that how can this help me? They're the questions I have. And the only word that is on the right track there that's even a little bit correct as far as copywriting goes is that one, conserves. It conserves energy. So that's a benefit. That's a benefit for me as a potential buyer. Saves energy. Okay, now you got me a little bit interested, but the rest is like, oh my God. But that's a top seller. So how much money are they losing by not optimizing this copy? So if they rewrote that using copywriting principles, they would make much more money. Simple as that. Next. So this is their competitor. Honeywell also sells sensor switches, and they do a really brisk trade. They're a very high selling product as well on Amazon. And look at the copy here. Wonderful. All focused on benefits. So they're saying, customize your lights up the top there, the first one. Customize. Yeah, convenience. I like that. I like to be able to make my lights do this and that when I want them to. Yeah, save on energy. Yeah, save. Who doesn't want to save money on their electricity bill? Simple programming. easily programmed, versatile lighting, easy, painless. Oh yeah, look, this is a great example of bullet points. If anyone out there is, if you have a Amazon listing, compare it with that. You need to be writing this sort of copy, focusing on benefits and then the features. Next. So here's a formula. And the parts of the formula, you have the feature, you have the benefit, then you add the meaning to be a really juicy piece of copy that will attract a reader and make them really interested in the product, as long as the product's good, of course. So the feature is what something is. That's just what it is. It's a switch. Benefit is what it does. That's how it can help the potential buyer. And then the meaning is what it means to me, the buyer. That's what it means to me. That's really going to get me in. That's what I want to know. How is it going to help me? Next. So the example I'll give you here very quickly is ebook creation software. It doesn't exist, I just made it up, but trying to illustrate what I mean by this. Next. So if I was trying to sell my ebook creation software on a web page, for example, and I had just a descriptive statement about it, I could say, yes, it's on a cloud-based platform. That's what it is. A cloud-based platform is like most websites these days are on the cloud. They're not on a server in a company anymore. They're in the cloud. Yeah, okay. Cloud-based platform. So any employee can work on client ebooks from anywhere. That's the benefit. Okay, that's good. Now it's going to be more attractive. Okay, so our employees can work on ebooks from anywhere. In COVID times, very interesting and very useful. Next, a better way is to add meaning to that statement. And you can use this for any product descriptions at all. So I've just added on the end the meaning. So cloud-based platform, so any employee can work on a client ebook from anywhere, which means you can outsource projects to ebook creators or whatever. The meaning there will come from the research that's been done by you about your audience. So you'll put something in there that's meaningful for them. But using a formula like this to create a piece of copy like that will work very powerfully. And it's been proven to work very effectively. Next. All right, so we come to website copy. And it's this point that for a company, you will gain a huge advantage over other Taiwan companies if the English copy on your website is 100% correct. So the better your English copy, the more successful your website will be. So the thousands of NT dollars that you put into building that website will actually start to give you a return. You'll start to actually get a real monetary benefit off that when the copy is good. So let's look at this now. Next. So the example I'm going to use is how to make an effective about page. Now, this is done poorly in Taiwan, but not just Taiwan, everywhere in the world does. Companies do this poorly everywhere. So I'm going to show you how to do it right using copywriting principles. So the number one thing is to focus on your customer, not on your company. So your about page is about not you, the company, but about your customer. That's a completely 180-degree turn on understanding this, but it works, trust me. And you need to be showing, not telling in the words that you use, and you use testimonials. I'll show you. Next. So this is a typical company about page. And what I did was I measured the number of times they said we and our on the page, which is 15. And they didn't say you once at all. Why? Because this about page is focused completely on the customer. The company. It's what we call corporate speak. The company is talking completely about what's important to them. There's no sales funnel at all as far as I can see there. There's no call to action. It's just we did this and we did that and we got a medal and we're pretty good. In fact, we're super great and we're the best. And it's about pages like that. There's millions of them on the web. But you can do much better by using good copy. Next. So here's a Taiwan company, a young company that's less than 10 years old that are going from strength to strength, growing very strongly. They've really got their business plan. Their whole operation is together. Wonderful. And their about page starts off with just 4 points. 4 points of information that they know their audience is looking for. They know their customers really well, so they're using that information. This is designed for the customers. Okay, the about page is about the company, but they're doing it through addressing what's important to the customer. So, creative design, precision engineering, yes, your order's on time every time. Customers want that. They want to know that they're going to get the delivery on time. And then the next bit, the testimonial. So, look, when you want to buy a product, what's the first thing you do? You ask your friends, hey, do you know those swatches that they've got on sale in Soho? What do you think about that? And someone says, yeah, I bought one. Yeah, look at it. Like, you know what I mean? Your friends are recommending you, someone you trust. You go to a trusted source. That's believable. You do the same thing here. Here's a happy customer of the company. Don't let the company shouldn't be the one to broadcast how wonderful they are. Just let the customer do it in their own words. So a bit of research produces this wonderful piece of copy that's just taken from Ian from Chromag. And I should say that SCADA produces wonderful pedals for small brands right around the world. That's their business. Anyway, that's the first part of the about page. We'll look at the next part. Next. So the next section is don't talk about how great you are, just show it. So here we have 2 little headlines, best practice, OEM, ODM, state-of-the-art CNC, with a little bit of lead there to encourage someone to look at the video, which demonstrates. So we're not going to tell them, we're just going to show them best practice. We're going to show them state-of-the-art CNC. There's a little bit of curiosity in there. Get a glimpse behind the scenes. And what potential customer doesn't want to look behind the scenes? Don't keep things a secret, folks. Let the world see how you do things, and you'll make more money by doing that. And using the right copy to encourage people to do that. Next. All right, section 3, it's a long page. Doesn't matter, long pages are good when you're trying to convince someone to do business with you. So there's a question that the customers want to know, potential customers. What makes a great OE company? Yeah, what's so great about you? Well, the central point of that copy, and you can get you can go to that page yourself. You find it easily online, or download the slides. What's a great OE company? Both of us working towards the goals, but whose goals? Your goals. So you'll see you in that page many, many times. And one of the key statements there is, as our customer, you are the reason we are in business. Yes, you don't exist to solve our problem. We exist to solve your problem. You are everything. So that's good copy. That's showing that you understand what's important to the customer. And yeah, next. All right. Next part of the page is a call to action. So the copy continues in that way, and then we get down the bottom, and then there's the CEO saying, let's talk. Yes, let's talk about your needs right now. Drop me a line, call to action. So there's that's the sort of about page that you should be looking for, because it's more effective. It keeps people on the page. Those other about pages are just like corporate speak, and you've lost your potential customer, and they're out of the funnel, and they probably won't come back. Next. So Another way of putting this, make the customer the hero of your story. Your story is actually your customer's story. And go and study that page and see how it works. It's not hard to copy for your own company, as long as you understand your own audience. You've got to address their needs and their beliefs, but it's got to be focused on them. Next. All right, product page copy. So this is when you're actually talking about products on pages. And I'll show you a poor example, a bad example, and a good example. And once again, from the same company, Bike Pedals. Next. Now, this is a Taiwan company, a wonderful brand, and they do a really good job. They've got a great product, and they're very successful. But their product page is like a lot of product pages. It's great photography, but it's hard to read there. I really have to look close and try and work out what that text is saying. People are lazy. We're all lazy. Just make it easy. The more easy you make it for people to read your material, and that's a basic copywriting principle, the more easy it is, the more they'll stay with you and the more likely they are to become your customer, because when they stop reading, when they leave your funnel, you might have lost them forever. It's good copy there, but there are benefits in there, but the company hasn't focused on them. Next. So here's an alternative product page. So this is a new type of pedal. I won't go into the details, but this company has been marketing this for about a year. And they start off on the page with the headline, appealing to the target audience that they want to appeal to, which is gym owners. So the world's most versatile and durable indoor cycling pedal. So not simply saying the best here. That doesn't mean anything. Everyone says the best this, the best that. Get rid of best from your vocabulary in marketing. Be specific, be exact. So this is versatile and durable. And a gym owner who's going to put the indoor cycling bikes in the big room where people come in and do the spinning bike session. They're going to put these pedals on and they want them to last forever. So they want durability and versatility. They want it to be versatile. So anyone with any shoe can come along and click into it. That's the idea. So you've got a headline, then a little bit of a lead there. That's actually a value proposition. More information about why this pedal is valuable to you as a gym owner. Then a call to action, you can click that. And the call to action actually goes to the next section in the page. So next. And here we have a subheading, another headline. Patent design makes it dead simple to click into a 5-shoe cleat system. Details don't matter, but the word dead simple doesn't mean die, it doesn't mean dead, it just means really easy. Oh man, it's dead simple. So it's one of those English expressions, conversational English. Then we've got, in the next bit, simple tension adjust, tool-free, and tool-free again, emphasizing the benefits of this to the potential buyer, which is a gym owner. They don't want to have to use tools. They don't want their customers to have to adjust this and be inconvenienced and for the adjustment to be a problem for them. They just want simplicity and no tools. Well, the product gives it to them and it's communicated very clearly there. Next, introducing the Fit 5 pedal. There's a video, no telling, just showing. This is what it does. Videos on modern sales pages are really important, and the script of the video should be written according to copywriting principles too, sales page principles. Next, and section 4, why Fit 5? So there's more information. So it's saying the same thing that's already been said, but it's reinforcing it. Repeating it is not an issue on sales pages. You can do it. It's good salesmanship, actually, good copywriting. Next. So right down the bottom is the call to action. So if you're a consumer, you can get a pedal direct. Who knows? Consumers would like to use these for their bikes at home, or the OE, the original equipment, the manufacturing inquiry, which is the real target customer for this company. But it's a partnership between the manufacturer and the brand to promote this pedal using that sales page with that copy. Next. So right down the bottom is the description. So if you've got a customer who's really not sure about this and wants more information, then that's fine. The more information you give, the better. It's down the bottom. And you'll notice that Amazon product listings have the description down the bottom too. It's for people who really want to know a lot more, but we don't put it up the top because it gets in the way. Next. All right, let me briefly, time's getting away from me, so I'll briefly show you what a long-form sales page looks like on the web. This is a really good example of how to do it. Next. So the example is liveoffyourpassion.com. You can go and have a look at this yourself. It's a very long page. I encourage you to study the copy and study the page structure. And it starts off like this with a video straight away. So yes, the gentleman there, he really knows his stuff. He's going to talk directly to you in conversational English. And then right below, it's the headline, Start Doing Work You Love. And that's designed to appeal to the audience. It's people who are in a job that they don't want to be in. They want to enjoy and love their job. So he's selling a service that teaches them how to do that. So immediately, you got the video, but you've got the headline and a call to action. Straight away, there's a call to action. Join 3,000 members doing work they love. So it's what we call social proof too. There's 3,000 other people have done this. Why not you? A call to action straight away. And then more information underneath that about the value of this service. Now, you'll see the URL I've got at the bottom of the page on the left there, the bottom of the slide, tinyurl.com. I've got the example there, and I've made notes on the page all the way through. You can go and look at the original online and then look at my notes, and I've highlighted things that are interesting and you need to pay attention to. It's a really good example of long-form sales copy on the web. Next. So, make a copy, download these slides and go and check these out. Go and look at these. They're all very good examples of long-form sales pages that you can learn a lot from in your own time. Next. All right, this is the last big section that I'm going to talk a lot about. And SEO article landing pages. So I'm going to show you how to write the copy for website articles. And this is something every company should be doing. And that's publishing quality articles on your website. It's a very cost-effective alternative to advertising. And when I say advertising, that's advertising in a trade magazine or Google Ads or something like that. Writing articles, SEO articles is very effective if the copywriting is done correctly. Next. So the example I'm using here is this product, eccentric bottom bracket. Don't worry about the product. It's bicycles. And anyway, someone is interested in this product and they type in to Google, and there'll be one or two ads there, but then there are the organic listings, the listings of articles. And actually this one I created for a client is number one. It comes up as the number one result. And this is the top of the sales funnel right here. So the listing has got a headline and a lead. So let's have a look at that in more detail. Next. So here we have the eccentric bottom bracket, ultimate guide. There's a power word. That's another power word. Ultimate guide to this product. And I've got, it's the 2022, which is next year, better next year than this year. But the brackets, for some reason, putting brackets around information on a title on the web increases the click-through rate, the CTR. Don't ask me why. Right now, it just works. It's been proven to work. Now, the next part of that listing is what you could say it's the lead. It's actually the description of the article. In copywriting terms, it is the lead. And now, it's up to Google whether they accept what you write for that. Most websites will allow you to create your own lead for your article to appear in the search results. But Google doesn't always follow that, and they didn't here. So thanks, Google. That's one of those things. Next. So clicking through to the article up the top straight away. This is the introduction. And this introduction consists of a headline, but they already know that it's about the bottom brackets. All they need to know, oh, yep, great, this has got everything, wonderful. And straight away, this introduction is simple, and it uses, it functions as a lead. So we've got the headline and a lead. So it functions to bring the reader into the rest of the article. So it's got a lot of white space. So for writing these sorts of articles, white space is your best friend. You, the writer, you, the company. The white space is your best friend because it makes it easy for readers to read. And readers don't actually read. They skim, they bounce through. And if they can bounce through quickly, they'd be more likely to stay with the article. And then they'll stop and then read a bit and stop a bit more and look around, and you'll keep them in your funnel because this is a sales funnel operating right here. So plenty of white space. And I've started off with 2 questions as well. What is this product and how does it work? And there's another question there. So it's all designed to capture the attention, to keep the reader with me. That's all my writing is designed to do here. Next. So just below that, there's the contents. That's a good practice to get into, a table of contents because the article is very long. These articles, to be successful, must be long. These are all, the ones I write are longer than 2,000 words, and that does a good job. So let's say they clicked on the first one. What is an eccentric bottom bracket on that heading? Next. This is what they see. Okay, we've got a subheading, and these subheadings are all through the article. So if they skim through, these will just stand out very clearly, and they will be able to stop and read if that's what they're interested in. Oh, what is it? Okay, that's now, all right. Now, the writing style, conversational, not official, and lots of white space. And look, down the bottom there, I have a 1-sentence paragraph, not just one sentence, it's a 1-word paragraph, which is fine. So lots of white space, short sentences, and white space, short sentences, and just make it easy. The easier you make it for them, the more they'll stay with you. The more they stay with you, the more likely you'll be able to make money off them as turning them from a potential customer into a confirmed customer. Next. So further down the page, I have an image there, and I'm marking passages and sentences in bold text, black text, so they stand out. Once again, as they skim down, they can see this, and it attracts attention, keeps people on the page, makes it easy for them. And I have the first call to action to the product which the company sells, and it's actually a bestseller. And here I have a call to action. Unique best-selling EBB is available for purchase, blah, blah, blah. And they can click on that call to action. And I have several down the page. So it's actually an SEO article, interesting article on a relevant topic for this audience, but they can buy a product out of it. Next. And this is the product. So if they click on that link, they go to this page, bestseller. Bang, straight away you can buy it from there. So that's the sales funnel in action. From the Google page, click on the link, read through the article, keep them on the page, then more likely for them to be very easy for them to just, wow, yeah, this is a unique product. It really is. I haven't seen anything like this before. Click, bang, and they can buy it. And it sells really well for this company. Next. Video, yeah, just briefly, another subheading, how to use the product. There's a video and another call to action, which goes to the same page. Same thing. So it's a SEO article, but it's also functioning and working as a long form sales page. Next. And you can find out a lot more about this whole technique and how I do all this if you go to that article, Blog Marketing Secrets. It's all in Zhongwen, so every bit of it's in Zhongwen, so you can absorb that and learn a lot about how to use this technique in marketing your company and your company's products. Next. All right. Number 8, hire a copywriter in-house or outsource. So do you hire someone and have them come to the office to write your copy, or go to an agency? What's the better choice? Next. Okay. All right. So if you hire someone in-house, you could employ a native speaker. That'd be the best idea. And you're in Taiwan, so there's plenty of Bushiban teachers who would look for that opportunity. But they need to know how to write copy. Okay, that's the difference. And most of them can't. In fact, nearly all of them can't. Very few people can write good copy, let alone web copy or sales copy. It's a specialized technique, and not many can do it. All right, so maybe you've got a native speaker, Taiwanese, working in your company. Maybe they were educated in the US. They've got a high level of English. That's possible, but they also must be trained in the art of copywriting. Otherwise, the copy will be just ordinary English, and it will not be effective. The advantage of having someone employed in your company is that that copywriter will know your products very well, and that's important. You'll be spending time explaining your products to a copywriter that is in an agency or located on the other side of the world. But of course, doing the research on the audience is also very important. So yeah, the copywriter can know the product, but do they know the audience? Do they know how to do that research, etc.? Next. Now, outsource. Okay, you can employ a native speaker, copywriting expert, maybe based in Australia, in England, or the USA, perhaps. You can get them to write the copy. It'll be expensive, very expensive. That's the way it is. Good copywriters are expensive. You'll know if, because if you're looking at someone cheap, they're probably not a good copywriter. The other choice is use that native speaker copywriting to check or correct the copy that your staff have written in your company. So maybe you've got a high-level English speaker who knows something about copywriting, and they can write good copy, and then you can send it to be edited and checked. That's probably going to be expensive too. Yes. And thirdly, you can use a native speaker, copywriting expert, based locally to write or correct the copy. But once again, do they really have the expertise? Do they know how copywriting works? Next. Okay, number 9. We're almost at the end, folks. Stay with me for this. The problem of expertise. This is a big problem everywhere in the world. But it's where a manager or supervisor with a high level of English ability, but someone not trained in copywriting, changes the copy. So the copywriter sits down, does the work, and it's really good. And the English expert, who's a manager or someone, comes along and looks at it and goes, no, change that headline. Oh, no, you can't do that. That image, no, that won't work. Yeah, that will ruin the copy. That will destroy the copy. how to get over this problem. You have to negotiate your way through it. But really, a copywriter working in an organization has to be given the room and the respect to do the work, and people trust them and go with them because they know what they're doing. But as a copywriter, you will come across this problem, and there's no easy solution because the problem is any copy you write that a high-level English-speaking user of English comes along and changes will be less effective copy because as a copywriter, you know your stuff. Okay, next. All right, recommended resources. We're almost at the end, folks, and this is where I show you what you need to be doing as you develop as a copywriter. Let me talk about the swipe file first. Next. Now, a swipe file is a whole catalog. It's a whole, even a warehouse, let's call it a warehouse of resources that you collect in your career as a copywriter. And in my career, I have collected an enormous amount of headlines and bits of copy that I've seen, I've liked, ads, and I collect them all, and I often save them in Evernote, in notes. And my headline file has got 57 notes that are all very long. There's a huge body of work in there that I can draw on for inspiration. So I'll be doing research for a copywriting project, and then I can go to my swipe file and look through and think, that headline structure, that's just the one I want. So I go and grab that. This is the tip of the iceberg, a tiny bit of my swipe file. So as a copywriter, you need to be doing the same thing as you proceed in becoming a better and better copywriter. Next. All right, these books. Now, I've already mentioned Everybody Writes by Anne Handley. I've even got my copy here. I love this book. I refer to it frequently. It's wonderful. You must get it. Even for anyone doing marketing English writing, it's an essential resource. The next one, Copywriter's Handbook by Robert Bly. A very good overview of the whole field of copywriting. I highly recommend it. And Bob Bly has another book there, the Big Book of Words That Sell. I recommend that, especially for non-English speaking background people, English as second language learners. There's a lot of inspiration. You'll learn a lot from that by just not reading it cover to cover, dipping into it, just using it here and there. I do it myself. I've got my copy here. I use it a lot. I just like to dip in and check it out. Very useful. Next. All right, this book. I recommend you get this. It's available online. It's quite difficult. I'll tell you that for a non-English background speaker. But there are so many examples of sales page writing there. And Robert Collier is one of the originals. It was from 80 years ago, this book. And the principles are still as correct and valid today as they were back then. It's all about psychology, and human beings, people's psychology hasn't changed in 100 years, in 10,000 years, really. So a book like that is worth getting if you're serious about copywriting and writing sales copy. Really good. And copying it out by hand, learning. Practice, practice, practice. Didn't I say that? Yes, I did. Next. All right, summing up. We're almost at the end. Thanks for staying with me. A good product is essential. Copywriting won't work if your product is a pig. You can't put lipstick on the pig. It'll still be a pig. If your product's no good, the copy won't help, no matter how creative the copywriter. Audience research, essential. Got to do that. Got to get it right. Practice. Write out by hand. Good examples of well-written copy. And I've given you a lot of examples of great copy today that you can go and by yourself start learning. And that's what it is, just going through the process yourself, learn and write, practice. Next. So again, I'll just remind you of this. The best reason for doing in Taiwan. It'll put your company ahead of other companies who are not going to be bothered to do this. One, they don't think it's important. Oh my God. Sorry guys, it is important. It's everything. By doing this, you're putting money in the bottom line of your company. It just means more money. As simple as that, by doing it properly. And the opportunity is there for you to take. You just step in and take it. It's there waiting for you because other companies are not doing this. Next, good communication, which is all copywriting is. It's good, effective communication. It means more money. That simple, everybody. Next. So, just to remind you, there are the resources. You can get your 96 headline examples there at that article. The power words are available at that URL. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me directly at smartdigibiz.com. So thank you very much for your attention today. I hope you've got something valuable out of this, and I wish you the very best of luck in your copywriting career and endeavor. Thank you very much.
谢谢 Mr. Glenn 为我们带来的精彩分享。我们今天的课程到此告一段落，请各位企业先进记得扫描直播画面上的 QR code 填写电子问卷，提供我们您宝贵的意见。会后，我们将会依据您回复的问卷资料，提供今日的讲师简报和录影档。再次感谢各位的参与，祝福各位身体健康，心想事成。
In the face of a worldwide pandemic, Taiwan has actively lent a helping hand to the world. Taiwan Global Anti-COVID-19 Pavilion. In this website, we've created an anti-epidemic products and solution providers section, where you can find information about suppliers or any particular business solutions. This section will help you reach out to more than 2,000 Taiwanese companies who can aid in your fight against the pandemic. In these videos, companies and experts discuss the latest innovations to help combat the pandemic. In this section, we've put at your disposal the contact information of 20 Taiwanese top medical institutions. We also inform you about the main strategies used in Taiwan to effectively control and stop the spread of the virus. So please be sure to bookmark and share this website. And remember to follow us on Facebook for our latest updates.